Hi, everybody. We're back. And this time we are reviewing Bloodlines by Lindsay Anne Kendal. She will be joining us a little bit later on. And we are waiting for the other girls. So, welcome. We hope you guys enjoy another crazy night with all of us. Hopefully, it's all of us. We don't know.
Hopefully, yeah.
Always like a surprise. We're pretty well. At least I don't know about you, Kaleni, but I'm pretty excited because
Yes.
Lindsay is not only the author of the book, but she's like a really close friend of mine. I freaking
Hmm.
adore her. So I'm so excited to interview her and like just ask her a whole bunch of questions because her book was freaking epic, and she was so worried.
No, it was actually really good. I actually enjoyed it. I even enjoyed like the last. I don't know how many pages it was because it was like the last 20% of it. I'm
Yeah,
like, no. So I was pretty shocked, and I really enjoyed what happened.
yeah, I did too. I like literally when all that stuff happened, like beginning with Tyler and stuff. My eyes like almost left my head. Like,
Yes, like holy cow, no way.
oh, I forgot. Angela's not gonna be on because it's her 11-year anniversary. So
Right? It's her wedding anniversary. She did.
yeah, so she's not gonna be on. So wherever you are, twin, I hope you're having a lot of fun. Happy anniversary, and we love you. Drink, but not in excess, because stuff can happen. And yeah, just waiting to see if I don't know if Crystal's gonna join, and I think it really is gonna be just you and me, Kaleni.
All right.
Let's see
Hoping for
how
the
it works
best.
out, right?
Yeah.
Hey, can't be that bad. You're Dominican, I'm Puerto Rican. We always make stuff fun, right?
Yes,
So
that's true.
we're a lively crowd. All right, so all right. Let me see when she's gonna join. Yeah, baby. Crap. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just gonna be, us. We have a viewer though. Welcome, viewer. I don't know who it is, but welcome.
Hello. Okay, let's see. I'm
Yeah,
sending it to all my.
do you have the Q&A up? Did you open it?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Hold on a second.
All right. I wish I could get on Facebook. This is so like, ridiculous. I don't know why I can't. All right, so we're all right. So Lindsay will be joining us in like the next few minutes,
Okay.
and it's gonna be cool.
Oh goodness.
Did you
Is
write
it on
any
the? Is
questions,
it on
Kaleni?
Facebook? I'm sorry.
Huh?
Is it on
No.
Facebook? The questions?
What do you mean? What?
The questions that we're supposed to be asking.
Oh no, on YouTube they actually like
Okay.
they go and like put them in. Some people do it like on Facebook, or if we posted the link, but we didn't. I actually, whoa, I forgot. Oh my god, let me go to Instagram because I completely forgot to post it. Let me get the link again so I can post it. Here's Lindsay, yay! Hi,
Hello.
Lindsay. We can't hear your, we only see your picture. Lindsay. Okay, let's see if I could do this. Wow, you sound like you're attacking that keyboard.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm clicking on the thing. It's a lot to get used to. Twitter. Do you want?
They have Star Wars Adidas.
Yes.
Is she? Oh, there she is. I am trying to post the link on Instagram. Can you hear us, Lindsay? You're like frozen. Lindsay, Lindsay. She's frozen. Okay, she joined. Okay, there you go. We see you. Welcome.
Hello.
I was counting the minutes.
Oh,
So
I tried to
excited.
get on a minute ago, but it cut me off completely, so I had to start again.
Quite
Oh,
alright.
I hear you. All right, so we're like pretty excited. You're here. Super freaking awesome. And I guess it's just gonna be me and Kaleni, cause
Yeah.
Angela,
I'm Carleni, by the way. Hello.
Hello.
her anniversary, and oh, you weren't here last time she was on, right, Kaleni?
I was not.
Oh, okay. So Lindsay, Kaleni, Nancy.
Hello.
Hello.
And yeah, Angela's not gonna be on today because her anniversary, and then Marissa is at I think she's like at a game practice or something, so she's gonna join us later. And Molly's babysitting, so she can't join us. And I'm like, oh no, she completely forgot, and decided she was gonna babysit.
Okay. Are you sure we're going to be able to communicate all right? You're not going to have any language barriers or anything like that, are we?
I So far I can understand you.
Are you sure?
Your American is good.
So's your English.
Oh my God. Kaleni, did you see
Yes.
our conversation on Facebook about this?
No, I did not.
Okay, so I have posted this video and tagged Lindsay, and the video was about this girl saying something about this boy is in the UK, and she asked him about like how much was some game, I think it was Sims, and you know how they say pounds instead of like dollars like we do over here. So
Yeah.
this dummy says, "Oh, I don't understand why the game is so heavy. Maybe it's the language barrier. I speak fluent American, and maybe he doesn't." And we started making fun of it. And I'm like, I could barely understand you, Lindsay. You need to learn more American. And then we just started going off because the girl said, like, literally, the UK was like in Jupiter or something.
Oh my gosh.
I don't understand. Like, wow, like seriously. So we just started making complete fun of this video on this girl. So I told Lindsay that she needs to like get some classes for her American because how are we going to be able to understand her today?
Well, I read a lot of British fiction as well as I watch a lot of British
Oh,
TV,
so
so maybe I can translate.
yes, there you go. So see, if I have any issues, then we have Carleni.
That's great.
All right, so I'm gonna start off by saying I freaking loved your book. It was awesome. I fell in love with the characters, especially Tyler. Tyler is my favorite. I
Tyler was my favorite as well.
love him. Yeah, he was too funny. And like, I don't know, he was sarcastic and like he was fun. He was so fun. And I really liked Lily. Everybody needs a Lily in their life, let me tell you.
They do.
That's very true.
So yeah, I was really excited to read the book, and after I finished it, I was like, I need to read the next one. So I'm so glad I have the next one.
Well, let's see if you like Tyler at the end of the next one.
Oh no! Why? Why would you tell us that? Tyler is so
Don't do that to me,
great.
woman. Don't do that to me.
Let's see if
Tyler.
you still think the same.
Is he gonna be evil? Please don't hurt my heart.
Like no, Tyler, no.
Yes, behave, Tyler.
I'm not telling you anything.
You're
I'm not telling
evil.
you anything.
You're such a
Well,
evil lady.
let's just see what you think if you come to read it. He
Ah.
changes a lot.
By the
Well,
way, I wanted to say,
Yes.
Kira was a little boy crazy. Like, for not boy crazy, but okay, maybe she was mixed up about her feelings. Like, one minute she was like crazy about this one, then next thing you know, she's crazy about the other one, and then she sees the other one, she's like yum yum yum. So I'm like, you're a little
There's,
slutty.
he is so far from it. It's unbelievable. Um, you'll learn more about Kira in the second book, and she is strictly a one-man woman, and she can think they're good-looking, and she thinks they're quite nice. She's very conflicted because anybody can be good-looking, but it doesn't stop them being a bit of an arsehole, does it? You know, she
very
wants
true.
something that runs all the way, runs deep. She doesn't just want beauty to be skin deep.
Gotcha.
So, and Lucian at certain points shows that his beauty at times is only skin deep. So, and Tyler will show that side of himself too. He's not evil, don't worry, he's not evil.
Ah, thank God.
That's good.
He does get a little bit nasty. So, it's she's finding out who she's more suited to before she takes anything further with any of them. She's certainly not the sort that's just going to jump into bed with any of them.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah.
Like, I did like that about her, that even though she did seem to have, I guess, supposed to be crushes, that she did like certain guys that, she was only with one at a time. Like, when she went out a couple of times with Lucian, it was like, it was pretty platonic. And then Tyler came into the picture, and, she saw that she liked him more, and it was like testing the waters, I believe, like, just to see who was the perfect one for her. And I did like Tyler more.
Well,
Lucian
I
was
like.
too boring. Like, he was too much into the rules. Like, don't go in the church, don't do the magic. I was like, no, look, have some fun.
Yeah, I can't have. I was actually talking about this yesterday. I cannot have a too good guy. I think it will be boring. Like, I can't. I need a little bit of grr. So I think Tyler had a little bit of the nice guy, but he also had that wild side, which I think that's why he appealed to me. But I will say this: when she started with Lucian, I was like all like for it, and then
Hmm.
Tyler kind of like snuck in, and I was like, ooh, okay, maybe I want Tyler. But then, how do you say the demon's name?
he's called Elagos.
Elegos. When he jumped in the picture, I was like, okay, now that's the ultimate bad boy. I could
Right?
so go for him, But like, of course, Tyler, and for whoever hasn't read the book, cover your ears. Tyler dies, and then I knew where my heart was. I was just like, no,
Right?
what?
Right? I'm like,
No.
Tyler, no!
My eyes almost fell out of my head. I was like,
Worried
Lindsay, I will
about
kill
it when it happened. Not specifically when I read it. Not specifically that Tyler died. I just said, "Oh my God, things just went down." And then a couple of pages later, Kira dies, and I'm like, "What the hell? Like, what is going on? It can't happen. There's still so much left in the book."
It was so funny because she texted us and she was like, holy crap. And I'm like, what? And she's like, shit just went down. And I was like, shh, I haven't gotten to that point.
Well, if you're thinking like that in Bloodlines, when you get to Revelation, if you're going to scream like that at Bloodlines, I'll be able to hear you over here if
Oh,
you read
see,
Revelation.
woman, you're you're an evil mastermind, aren't you?
In fact, Emily, if you come to read Revelations, I think I'm going to stay off the internet a couple of days so that I don't see you going mad.
Oh, I swear to God, I am a good swimmer. I like swimming. I will swim over there. I will hunt you
Crossing
down,
channel.
woman. I would literally swim across that pond and kick you.
So you both seem to want her with Tyler. Is
Yes.
that what I'm
I really
grasping?
did like Tyler.
I do. I'm like torn. I'm torn. I like Tyler. I really, really, really like him. And when, like I said, when he died, my heart like it broke. I was like, no, you can't do this. And I like wanted to text you and be like, I am going to kill you if he's still
Like,
like if he's
why?
dead in the next few pages. Like we're no longer friends. But then I'm like, just read on, Emily, read on. It might change. But then Kira dies, and I'm like, what the Lindsay? What are you trying to do to me, woman? So yeah, I am like all for Taylor, but like I said, um, Eligos, what is it? Eligos?
Elegos.
Yeah, I kind of like have a little, thing for him. He's kind of like badass. Plus, she said he's hot, badass and hot.
Well, the thing I see is that Kira was gone for a while. She was in, I guess, would be hell or the other side for a while, and
For
she
like
might
three,
have
four
been.
chapters, I was like, "Where's Kira?"
So I was like, I'm pretty sure something changed. Like it's not something that you die and all of a sudden you're good. And then she has all this power, or like all the power was unleashed from like her Lilith side. So like I feel that she changed. So maybe Tyler won't be the right guy for her now that she's changed, but now that she's died and changed, or maybe he is the right guy and he needs to change because he died as well, but not as long as she did. I don't know. I'm just
Well,
really interested in the second book.
I feel like because they spent time together, I'm just
hmm
gonna call him the demon because I'm gonna butcher his name. I am. I'm gonna call him E. Let's just call him E because seriously, this Hispanic will butcher that name every time she tries. So
That's why I haven't tried it. That's why I haven't tried.
yeah, let's just call him E. So I feel like she was dead. Well, I don't know if well yeah she was dead, but for some reason, however she came back, she spent all this time with E and probably got a little close to him. And if I have an inkling that if Tyler got a little nasty, it's because he's really jealous of Eve and the relationship he might have with Kira, maybe. Um, I feel like now it's not even gonna be so much Lucian. Lucian, is it right? That's how you say it? Yeah,
Yeah.
Lucian.
yeah, Lucian and Tyler. I feel it's gonna be more like Tyler and E, butting heads because of Kira. Because I
hmm
feel like somehow Tyler's like winning out over Lucian, but now there's E. So now if Lucian was a problem and they're like brothers, E is like, forget it. All hell's gonna break loose. Because they have no ties.
That's true.
I'm telling you nothing.
No, of course you're not. You're evil. You're an evil woman with pretty red hair.
She wants us to read the second book, and like we will find out everything that happens. Like it's very interesting. Like it ended in a cliffhanger. Like of course I want to read the second one. Like
Oh yeah, and I was like,
it's there.
what? When everything went down, I was like, of course, because we know there's two other books. I'm thinking this is not the big thread. Like there's something bigger out there that wants them. So I figured this is just like a little taste of what the hell they're gonna like endure throughout the other two books. And then lo and behold, this freaking book ends, and holy shish kebabs, yeah, Kira says it plain and simple. This is not the end. I'm like, grr! I thought they were maybe gonna have like some other person like trying to like harass them, but no, evil bastard still out there being an evil bastard.
It was just the beginning. It wasn't even like
What a
the battle
beginning
before
though.
the.
The thing with this trilogy is I didn't want to follow the norm. And when it comes to you learn a lot more in Torment, and you learn more about the characters, you learn more about her,
hmm
you learn more about Elagos.
That's good.
When it comes to Revelations, I wanted people to have an argument going on inside of them as to whether the bad guy is actually a bad guy.
Mhm.
And there's been an awful lot of people felt the way I hoped they would feel, which is extremely conflicted.
Yeah,
I
I had
definitely
a lot
felt
of
conflicted.
emotions going on with this book. I was just like, first, like I said with Lucian, I was like, and then Tyler jumps in the picture, and I'm like, oh, I like him. He's so fun. And then E shows up, and I'm like, oh, shish kebab. Like, if I were Kira, I would just hide under a damn rock and not make any decisions. It
Oh,
would be
Hope for the
so hard.
best.
she makes her decision and she is exceptionally clear about it.
That's good.
The demon Elagos, he's not actually. Of course, it depends what you believe, but he's not actually fictitious. He appears in I think I'm sure he's in Christianity,
He does. Yep.
Judaism and that. But in the law, there's every demon has a demon seal. I've actually got that tattooed on my left shoulder blade.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
cool. I would want a picture of that. I would want to see that.
it's there's a lady, an older lady, who's a lapsed Catholic, and of everybody that's seen it, nobody knew what it was until I went in her house, and it scared her to death because she knew what it was.
Oh, wow. That's so crazy.
It did make me feel a bit horrible, but yeah, she was frightened of it.
Wow. Okay,
Strange experience.
if you could change anything about the book, like about the plot or anything about the book, what would you change?
I wouldn't change the plot in the slightest whatsoever, because it took me a lot to. It took some thinking about to get it where it ends up. But if I could change anything, it would be taking it from first person to third, because I could explain a lot more. I could put a lot more detail in, and I think you can do that better with third person. With first person, you're very limited to what the actual narrator at the time sees.
That's true.
So that's a great. And again, it's like I said to you, Emily. I've when you get to Revelations, if you think back to how Bloodlines is written to how Revelations is written, there's a big contrast. I want to be able to bring that up to the level I'm at now,
Mhm.
and then in 5 years I want to rewrite it again to another level. You know, it'll carry on like that forever.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, but I wouldn't change the plot.
Yeah.
Change the plot.
I
It's
didn't like the plot. I honestly, for all the complaints on Goodreads and all that stuff, I did enjoy the plot. Like, it was a really good plot. Like, it honestly, I started. I think it was Monday. I was the Labor Day, and then I went like I only read like 20% of it, and then the next day I had it off. So I just stayed in bed, and read. And I'm like, I'm at 78%, guys, and things are going down. Like, this is more interesting than I expected, and like
Yeah,
I really did enjoy it.
and
I
if
did.
you know Galeni, like she reads them and we hardly hear anything from her. Like she'll say a few things, but not really like say much. She'll just be like, "Well, yeah, this is what I thought," but you can't really get much from what she's saying. But
It's very true.
in the middle of the book, she's texting us. And she's like, you can just by her texting us, we're like, oh shit. So like, I wouldn't be reading at that moment. Like, I will be watching something with the kids, and I would just instantly pick up my phone, and I'm like, I want to see what the hell she's reading. What's going on? I want to get there. I want to see.
I'm usually very quiet, but for this book, like, I had to talk to everybody about it. I did really enjoy it, and I was telling my friend who's on her way to England right now, um, about it, and she did seem interested. So there's that.
well, thank you.
Good. Yay. Good job. Yeah, no, I was like, that made me want to read even faster. And I'm like, I'm in mommy mode because school started and it's homework time and bedtimes and showers and da da da, getting ready for the next day of school. And I itching to get to the book, but I can't. And I ended up just taking my phone to the bathroom while I was bathing them, while I was cooking. I was just walking around like this with my phone, like, I need to know what's happening. Then, like, I think like 15 minutes later after you posted that, I kind of got to the part where I was like, my eyes were like, what? And I was like, oh, she's probably talking about this. But like 5 minutes later,
There were
Kira
so
had
many different little things. Like it could have been anything. Like that, I was like, oh my god, what is going on? Like why?
I know,
So
because after that happens, it's like a whole bunch of shit happens. And you're just
yes.
like, what the hell? Can I breathe for a second? Like, what the hell are you doing, woman? And I like wanted to text her and tell her, like, are you trying to kill me? It was intense. I was like, oh my god, no, 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 oh my god. And then like the whole time I'm like, okay, Kira has to come back. Oh my god, but what if she comes back like a freaking demon? Oh my god, what if
Exactly.
she's
That was
evil?
my fear that
I was
because
freaking
she
out.
died and she's also okay, thank you, Mom. She's also part demon that when she came back, if she ever did, that she was gonna be entirely demon. Because, she died as a human. So I was like, no,
Yeah,
what?
I know. And then no, and then I'm thinking, oh my god, what if now Tyler is part demon because she like just transfer like her essence or something to him. So I'm like freaking out on all levels and just thinking like I should just text her. But then I'm like, I know she's not gonna tell me anything. So what's the point?
That's the fun part about authors.
Yeah.
You said you don't like spoilers. I'm not going to spoil
That's
it
true,
for you.
Emily. You don't enjoy spoilers. I love spoilers. You could have told me. I would have
I
been
re- I
happy. But
really
then I would have
don't.
been like, but wait, no, I need to read more.
I don't. But at this point, I was so stressed out that I needed something to like keep me off the edge. I was stressing so bad, like so bad. You don't understand. I'm like, holy shit! Oh my god! Oh freak! What is she doing to me? And then like it was one thing after the other. Like noise happens, and then I'm like, oh, what just happened? Then she walks out. Tyler's on the floor. I'm like, what? What? Then like Kira, that's what she does, and I'm like, okay, I can't. I need what? What is she doing?
Necesitaba un calmante.
Seriously, I needed a Valium after this, a Xanax or something. Like,
I'm sorry I said that in Spanish. I didn't know how to say it in English.
yeah, we needed a Valium or a Xanax or something like that. Like, I needed something to, like, I don't know. At that point, I was about to take up smoking. Like,
What's going on? What's going on?
I was just like, I was gonna develop a drinking problem, smoking habits. It was just bad. It was gonna be bad for me.
Well, the book
I
was a
was,
lot longer when it was first published.
huh?
But the book itself was a lot longer when it was first published.
So,
Really?
so it didn't end in a cliffhanger, or did it end in a cliffhanger? It just had more meat inside.
More
It
meat.
did, but it was completely unneeded, and it there was people that commented on it in reviews, and I read back through it again, and I thought, you know what, you're right. So before I put it out with my last publisher and then by myself, I took about 2 chapters out,
Hmm.
and it flows a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. And the
Definitely
book,
flows a lot
I didn't read,
better.
of course, I didn't read the first version, but I agree. The book really does flow. It had everything. That's the thing. It really did have everything. You
You
were just
don't
like,
want to read the first version.
no.
That was a horror story.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm try-
let me just say this. Research your publisher before you put your book with them,
Hmm.
because your publisher can destroy your book, and that's what happened.
That's very true. Yeah.
So the first publisher I was ever with completely destroyed that book. The second one helped me a lot, and then since then, It went to, I think you know Jodie Shaw, don't you, Emma?
Yeah.
Yeah. She took it and tore it apart.
She's a badass.
She is. I'd be lost without her.
Yeah. If you don't know Jodie, she's a friend of ours, but she's also an editor, and she's like fantastic.
That's great. I'm glad you did find somebody, and that even though everybody was super mean about it, that you did take the criticism and got somebody better,
Mm.
somebody that would help you out.
Yeah, I wouldn't give my books to anybody but Jodie now.
That's great.
I
So
can see why.
she's great, and she tells me as it is, which is what I appreciate.
Yeah.
So she doesn't sugarcoat anything. If she thinks something's crap, she'll tell me, and that's what I need. That's what I
That's
need.
good. You
So
if you want us to like stay tuned, that's the best way to go. Have an honest opinion.
That's true.
All
So
right, so Kaleni, do you have any questions for Lindsay?
let me see if I have any questions for Lindsay.
I think it's very quiet. It's a Friday night. Everybody goes out, don't they?
I
Yeah,
know we have a viewer, and but we have no questions on the Q&A, so I'm hoping that will change. You know, it's also 9/11, so
Yeah.
the yeah.
It's also
hmm
25 to 2 in the morning over here, so a lot of the people that I speak to over here are in bed now.
Oh wow.
So yeah, we should make this a little shorter for Lindsay so she can go to sleep.
Lindsay doesn't sleep. Then you know she's a vampire.
Yeah, I don't know. I might do tonight. It's been a crappy day today.
Yeah,
Oh no.
busy.
Well, I lost my dog this morning.
Oh
Oh
yeah, I
no.
forgot. Oh, he was so cute. You
Sorry
have
for
to
your
see him,
loss.
Kaleni. He was so cute.
Yeah.
How's Faith taking it?
Faith is the one that actually triggered me and the whole crying and snot fest. Because we had another little Russell who died 2 years ago on Mother's Day. And ever since then, Jack's not been himself. He's been, well, fretting. Um, but she's only 4. She says that Buster's in the sky.
Oh.
And when my sister and me dad were taking Jack to the vets,
Mhm.
um, she wondered why I was upset, why Mum was upset. And I
hmm
said to her, I said he might have to go and play in the sky. And
Oh.
for somebody who's 4 years old to put her arm around the almost 32-year-old and say to her it's okay, he'll be playing with Buster.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But
She is such a cutie.
she don't understand it. She don't understand it properly. So,
Oh,
and that's not necessarily a bad thing. So
true. But
she's
it,
fine. It's the
in her
adults that are
innocence,
after
she
her.
helped you.
Hmm?
In her innocence, she kind of like made you see it a different way.
Yeah, she's
That's good.
she's kept us going. She was a distraction this morning, so that's a good thing.
Aw,
So,
that's
That's
good.
great.
so
All right. So at the beginning, I don't want you to be sad. So we'll change it. At the beginning of the book, when I first saw the cover, I was like, "Whoa, okay, I like it." The only problem I had with the cover, which you said honesty, right? So I'm gonna throw it out there. It was the fact that Kira doesn't use makeup, and in the cover she has a full face on.
oh, I know.
Yeah,
But
so I was like,
the bear with me a sec. The girl I wanted to use as a model, who to show you this, it's gonna give you an inkling of what's to come. But I wasn't able to use her photograph on the cover.
uh-huh.
So looks wise, minus the makeup, that girl is the closest I could get to.
Okay.
But the photograph of the girl that I couldn't use on the cover, she's letting me use for promotional purposes. Because Kira should actually look.
Oh, I've seen her on your website.
Can you make that out?
I've seen her on the website, yeah.
Isn't that the dark things that they were saying about like her skin?
Hmm. Well, that's
Oh,
obviously a picture. I've heavily edited the picture. The girl in the original photograph actually has like a blondie ginger hair colour. But other than that, my vision of her, you can't get any closer than that. But I just cannot use her on the cover.
oh,
I've never seen
gotcha.
Blood.
But I've been debating changing them anyway, but I've not decided yet, so we'll see.
And the other thing in the cover that I noticed was the red eyes, and throughout the whole book it was amber and white, and then I'm like, okay, well, where are the red eyes? Then boom, almost at the end, it's like red eyes. I'm like, aha, there they are.
I just wanted to carry the theme on for the three of them. So, and it just, I think it just shows at the beginning when it's not talking about that. If anybody does notice it, they'll want to know where that comes in. So that was the idea anyway.
A question I had, you know how some authors have like their version of the characters they they put in their books. Like you have pictures of or drawings of, like, let's say Lily and Tyler and stuff like that. Do you have anything like that? Like
Who you
any
picture as
visuals?
Lily?
Yeah, of who you picture as Lily and Jake and all them.
I've got some of them actually on my website. There's a whole other area on the website that you can go to that I'm still building. But there's profiles on there of each of the characters, and each of them have an inspirational image on there. The only one I can never seem to really find one for is Elagos, and I think that's
Hmm.
because Elagos is my dream man, and I have no idea who my dream man is yet.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
okay.
That makes sense.
So I can't really pick one out for him. Um, but yeah, there are pictures that represent each character, and I would dig the file out, but it's right underneath everything. And the truth of the matter is, I can't bother digging through all that. But I have promotional cards and everything that I'll give out, during competitions and they've got all the character representatives on there. So every now and again I'll post them on Facebook or or sometimes on the blog. So they rank up quite well, but I mean everybody's going to see them differently anyway. So to each
If
their own.
if you could have anyone, any actress play Kira, who will be your number one pick? I'm putting you on the spot.
That is a really good question. I've been asked that before and I couldn't answer it. Um, I don't know because I suppose going to be a really well-known actress. It'd be for me. I would say a younger Kate Beckinsale because I know what she's like in Underworld and she's
Oh, yeah,
kick-ass
Kate
and
Beckinsale,
she's
yeah.
great. So I really like her. But the truth is, I wouldn't want well-known actors and actresses playing my characters. When that book first was released, people took a chance on a new author and gave me the chance to get my words out there. I would like to give new actors and actresses a chance to get themselves out there, give them the same opportunity that was given to me.
That's
So
great.
there wouldn't be any big names in it if I had my way.
That's right.
So,
You heard it first.
I have a question. Do you have any writing quirks?
And you're writing what, sorry?
Quirks, like any
What do you like
habits
to
that
do
you
to write?
while you're writing. Like I enjoy listening to a lot of obnoxious music while I'm reading, something like that.
Really?
I enjoy listening to music while I do most of anything because I ignore the music, but it's something to distract me.
You like
Music,
the background noise.
Mhm.
music's an inspiration, so every book's got its own soundtrack. Um, I'll listen to the music and then it plays like a movie in my mind, and then I'll go and I'll write it down.
So
Um,
do you have a soundtrack for the book for the books?
yeah, and it's mostly I don't know if you've heard of an alternative group, Cradle of Filth.
No,
Very
no.
heavy, very haunting. The only problem with him is he screams, and I wish he wouldn't bloody scream, because when you ignore his screaming, the music is absolutely fantastic, and it suits these books perfectly. And the further you go into these books, the darker they get, and the darker that music becomes. It's great, but I can't work without my headphones glued to my ears. A bottle of Pepsi Max, a cup of tea, so I can switch between. That's about it.
Would you ever go back and like it's a trilogy, but do you ever feel like you want to write like a spin-off of any of the characters? Have you ever written anything like a spin-off of any of the characters? And would you dive into that world again?
Don't know. I've been asked if I would do a spin-off, and I toyed with the idea of doing Elagos's story from him being born to meeting Kira. Um, I toyed with it that much. I even created a cover for it. Should I decide to do that? But I think sometimes enough is enough. 3 books. I mean, Bloodlines is the shortest of the 3. You know, there's about 83,000 words in Bloodlines. In Torment, there's 106. And in Revelations, again, you're looking at about 104,000 words. That's all big story. And I think once you've brought everything to an end and you give people closure on everything, they know what's happened. I don't really see the point in then suddenly bringing them back into a whole new adventure when that wasn't the point of the story,
Okay.
you know. And I mean, look at City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass. That should have been a trilogy, and suddenly there's 3 more books. Why?
Mhm.
Why? Because it was great with just the first 3.
True.
You know, I think it can carry on too much. You know,
Yeah.
That's very true.
people
Sometimes
can
it's
get fed up.
stop. Like, some authors don't know when that is, so they just continue even with all the hype about it. Like, just continue writing.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think if it was me personally, when it's like coming up to 5, 6, 7 books, I think again it's only personal opinion, but I think that's too much now. I think it needs to be. You need to get to that ending. You need to know what happens. You need to know how
Mhm.
it's all going to tie in. You know, and I think when you're waiting 6, 7, 8 times 10 books, I personally, in the end, I start losing interest. I know there's people out there that will love the series that like, such as the Sucky Stackhouse novels that carry on, and I know they adore that, and that's great. But it's not something that I myself would want to produce.
Yeah, I like the Suki Stackhouse, and the only thing I didn't like was the last book.
Because of who she ended up with.
Uh, yes,
I
it's
personally
stupid.
have several of the Cassandra Clare stuff, and haven't read any of them.
I haven't
It's
read
been in these shoes since high school. Like I pick it up to read it, and it just won't happen.
I read them. They're they're really good. But yeah, I feel like after the third, it kind of like the quality declined. Maybe because you didn't know what else to do with them. You
I
know.
think I think sometimes it's the same as when you get the films. Look at the Nightmare on Elm Street. The first one did well, so they made a sequel.
Exactly.
It didn't do as well, but because people wanted to follow it, they made more and more and more and more. And in the end, you just thought, Jesus Christ, stop making them. You're killing them.
Mhm.
And I think that's something I would be frightened of doing with books if I was to write a series. That one, I'd be frightened to death of killing it. You know, if you've got the talent and the brain power and everything like that to be able to carry that on and keep readers interested and hooked for 10 books, then bow down to you because I could not do that.
The only series that I found that has besides the Suki Stackhouse one that has kept me coming back, and like I just found out another one's coming out in March and I was like was the ones for Mercedes Thompson by Patricia Briggs.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I am like they're like drugs to me. I need her books, and they're so much fun because they're all like a whole bunch of crap happens, and you are sometimes expecting, sometimes you're just like, what just happened? So that's like the only one that I feel like I've been following, you know. And oh, I know that the what is it? The Black Dagger Brotherhood has like 13 books, and
Yeah.
I'm already up to book 4. But
Sorry.
what?
Wasn't I the one who sent you that?
Yeah, you sent me the first 2. And
Yeah.
Angela gave me the let me see. You sent me no, you sent me 3, wasn't it?
I
3?
think it was 3, yeah.
Yeah, so I read the first 3 and then Angela sent me 3 more. And they're so good, but because they're different, they don't really it's about different characters, about a group, but they don't talk about the same people. Like they're supposed the book is about us. The one book is about Kaleni, the other one's about you, Lindsay, and the other one's about me. They all make a cameo, but it's focused on one story. It's not,
This is, this
yeah.
is what I mean. When, for me to, like you were saying before, for me to bring back Kira and all the rest of them in a totally different story, we would seem crazy. For something as long as the Sucky Stackhouse, as much as, I mean, I watched True Blood, I know it's loosely based, but I quite enjoyed that. I own the Sucky Stackhouse series. Can't read them. Don't know
Really?
why, but I can't read them. And to me, it goes on too long. But if you give me a series where it could be, say, just for an example, a crime series where it's the same detective, same team, but different cases in each book, and the storyline will follow on in a sense because obviously you're following the same characters, and you'll see their lives progress and so on. Each book is different. It's not all part of the same story. So I could probably read 10 of those. But
Yeah,
when it's the same continuous story,
yeah.
personally, I think 3, 4, at push 5, and that's enough for me.
With another series that I've been following, that it's been quite long, but they're all different and about different characters. It's the Bishop File. No, wait, it's the Bishop. I don't know if it's Files. It's like Kay Hooper. It's basically like FBI agents that have supernatural powers, like telekinesis and telepathy, stuff like that. And it's basically crime but with paranormal, and they're fantastic. But again, they change characters. you see cameos from different, from other people from other books. Like people that were in book one might appear in book five, but
Mm.
the stories are different. And sometimes they're like books that go, all three go together. But still, people make cameos in the books, but they're different stories. It's not, I think she's on book 12, 13, and I'm reading Haunted now. Is it? Yeah, Haunted now, and yeah, that's part of the whole like series, but at the same time, it's not like the other books. It has different characters. Just the only constant is Bishop because he's like the leader of all of them. He's like let's say commander in chief of all of them. You know.
See, I've been
So
asked would I do that. Would I bring the characters from the Bloodlines trilogy into another paranormal story that I might write in the future? Now that is a possibility. But
oh, that would be
again,
so
That's
fun.
great. That's really great. But I mean, I haven't read the other two, so I don't know how I feel about it. But like, I'd actually enjoy seeing them like just pop up in the distance of another story.
Yeah, it would be
yeah,
fun to just see, see characters that we already like love and maybe loathe come up
mm,
and make like a little oh, here I am, and and interact with these new characters that we're getting to meet. That sounds like fun.
it's something I am toying with because I have got an idea for a story that they would fit in with. Um, but it's all right. Me keep coming up with all these story ideas. I need to actually get the books written that I've already started first. Um, but it is something I'm toying with.
That would be so fun. I would be all up on that.
Right. Have you got Leticia to review? Did I send you that one?
Which one?
Leticia.
Yes, yes.
That's different. Right, okay.
Your face when you said that. Oh God, what are you doing to me, woman? Your face just said like, like, oh, you haven't read it? You should. I'm like, grr.
I'm thinking, they haven't read it. Are they going to read it? If so, when? Shit, I better get the sequel written.
Oh man, now you're screwed because I'm gonna just read all of your books now back to back, and you're screwed.
Well, I'm working
I'm
on the
just
book
gonna
that
write.
has you in there. Your character named after you. I'm working on that one right now. So the sorry, the sequel to Leticia is about 30,000 words in, but it's just on a hiatus for a little while.
Oh, and that's the one I'm in.
I actually do look forward to reading more of your books.
Thank
So
you.
I'm glad that Emily convinced you to let us review your book because I'm really interested in meeting new people, new authors, and their work. So this has been really great for me, and I
Thank
get
you
out
very
of my
much.
shell more.
Thank you. The only thing I will ever ask, and I'm sure Emily's probably said it, if you don't like something, just tell me you don't like it. If you think it's the biggest load of crap that's ever been written, tell me that. I'm certainly not going to get all offended over it. And
I wouldn't
when
put it in
people,
those words, but if I didn't like it, I would tell you.
well, when people give you criticism, when they're not being hurtful with it, they're just saying their opinion. It helps us to grow.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's nice to get feedback, positive or negative. Feedback is welcomed. And then I
yeah.
know if a lot of people say the same thing, I'll think, well, I won't do that again.
Yeah, the most I think I've done, like when I talk about a book, I'm like a really expressive person. So if I don't really like it, you'll see it in my face, but something nasty won't come out of my mouth. I'll just do like something like that would happen with my face, but I won't just be like, oh, it was ridiculously stupid, and no, I would never do that. Of course, I would be like, well, I didn't like it because, you know, because there's
If
no
you, if you
there's
think
no
it's
need to be
ridiculous,
hurtful.
if you think something I write is ridiculous, feel free. to tell me.
Oh
That's
no, you I know I could tell.
you know, you can tell me anything, say it however you want. That's absolutely fine by
With
me.
you, I know I could literally
It's
just text you and be like, "Were you high when you wrote this?"
Yeah, yeah, I was.
I think the deal with me is that I write really what I would call unprofessional reviews. All I do is rant about a review. Like you have had, like I don't do summaries. I don't do anything like that. I just write about what I liked, what I disliked, and how much I would rate it, and whether or not I would suggest it, recommend it to my friends and stuff. And like it's helped a lot because like the more I write, the more I was like, maybe I should put a little bit, just a tiny bit, about what the book is about at the beginning, just so that everybody can know that they should read this. Like even I should be a little bit more professional about it, other than just ranting about how much I liked it or
Well,
disliked it.
I usually please your reviews compared to mine, they're like super professional because I just go with feeling and like I just go, oh my god, I love this. This is freaking awesome. You should read it if you haven't read it, and if you don't read it, you suck.
See, where do you write your reviews? Because I'll go and have a look.
We go to I do Goodreads. Angela does them on. Angela or Marissa would do them on the blog, and then Crystal does them on Amazon.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So by tomorrow they're due, so probably I'll put them up tomorrow on Goodreads, and then I don't know when Crystal's gonna do it because I know during the weekend she works, so I don't know. She'll probably put them up by Monday on Amazon. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we put them on Amazon, Goodreads, and the Weebly website, the website for the
Blog.
book club, for the book
Yeah.
club. Yeah. So we can send you the link to the website or to the Goodreads. I mean, like you'll probably find it easier on Goodreads since it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been on Goodreads for a while. I need to go on and have a look. But what you were saying about your reviews and this professional thing and what you should write and that, I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember the book. I can see the cover, but I can't remember what the book was called. And the review was about the length of a novel. And by the time I finished reading that review, I didn't need to read the book because I already knew what happened.
Oh my.
I try my best. Like I try so hard to not do spoilers. I have a blog. It's called Warning Spoiler Alert, and basically the only spoiler that I ever give is the fact that I don't give spoilers. Like I say, yeah, the ending is awesome. You should probably read it, or the ending is kind of subpar. Maybe you should go in thinking about that. Like I don't give away spoilers because I know so many people dislike spoilers. I'm not one of those people that dislikes them. I actually love spoilers. So like I always read the spoilers on Goodreads, on any kind of website. So like I really enjoy them. But sometimes it can be too much. Like I don't want to read what happens the entire book. I just want to read little bits so
Yeah.
it can get me through it, like little
Get
milestones.
ideas of what it's about, not
Not
basically.
the whole story in their words.
I
Exactly.
actually, I that's why maybe I write my reviews the way I write them because when I write my reviews, I just go with what I feel. I don't say anything like, "Oh, this is what happened and this is why I hated it or why I liked it or why I felt." No, I just go with if I loved it, I say why I loved it. Like, "Oh my God, this book made me feel this way." And if you like books that are like make you feel this way, read them. That's it. Like I just go with what I feel. I don't like putting spoilers because yeah, I hate them, and because like spoilers have ruined like the reading experience for me a couple of times. Like I haven't even read the third book in the Allegiance by Veronica whatever. Yes, I haven't read it because I like read it some like the ending somewhere, and I
Yep.
was just like, "Are you
Same.
kidding me?"
It's the
So
only reason I haven't read it either.
I don't want to know if that's true, so I am not gonna read it until I'm ready to face the truth. But I don't like giving stuff away to people. I rather them, go with, oh my gosh, he's so passionate about it. Let me go see why,
Hmm.
not just spoil it for them.
Yeah, that I don't mind, but when they tell you the story in their own words, I don't. That doesn't make me buy the book because I basically know what happens all the way through.
Yeah,
Um, so I don't think there's a right and a wrong way to write a review, but I think sometimes less is more. You know what I
yeah,
mean? When people I just get to the point and say why I liked it, why I didn't like it, do I want to read the next one? Is there any more? I'll sometimes inquire. Are you releasing any more? Is it going to be a series? If it's unclear, I'll say there's some great parts. If there's any funny moments in it, I don't quote the blurb. I might give a summary of what it's about.
hmm
But that's about it with me.
yeah. With
I don't have to spoil it.
going back to the book, I I just remembered when everything first started and how Kira just waltzes into her house, well, now her house, and the door closes behind her, and she's just like about it. I'm like, well, aren't you the little badass? I would have been running, banging on that door, like, open, please.
It's like, has Kira never seen a horror movie? Like, you don't do that. You don't go into a house and then it closes behind you and you're
I
totally
think that
chill about it.
the only reason why she did that is because she knew that she could fake on stuff. Me,
Yeah.
little old me, will be running for the hills.
Mayo. M-A-Y-O.
Well, that's it. If something attacked her, she'd just hold her hand in front of her and send it through the window. She
Yeah.
That's
wouldn't,
true.
she wouldn't
Like,
break out in a
I
sweat.
didn't believe it at first. Like, why is she so chill about the fact that she just went into a house that closed behind her? So I'm like, oh wait, no, she's totally magicked up. She can totally kick ass.
No,
So
and
like,
then poor Lily is like over there having an aneurysm because of
like,
it.
Kira, what's going
She
on?
was like, Kira, Kira. And Kira's just like, I got this. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You don't
But
know
that'd
if
be
like a
me.
demon is in there.
That'd be me. That Kira's very, very much like me. She's got my attitude, my temperament, my wit, shall I call it? Um, she can be very sarcastic. That comes out more in the next book,
Yeah,
and she can chew people up and spit them out. But
yeah,
she only ever does it if it's needed.
yeah,
She'll protect her own. But at some point, you start to think: is she actually frightened of anything? Does anything faze her, or is she a bit, you know, tapped? But you do come to learn that there's actually an awful lot that frightens her. An
yeah.
awful lot.
With her, I just thought like sometimes, and I think I completely saw like heard you while I was reading. I could see Kira as you, like just black hair, like. But to me, Kira was definitely Lindsay. Like I could so hear you in Kira's attitude and mannerism. I was like, oh my God, that is the Lindsay I know. So it was really like really cool just having that like knowing, I of course I don't know you personally like face to face, but we've spoken a lot and we share a lot of things on Facebook. So I kind of have a feel for how you more or less are. So I
Yeah.
was like, holy crap, she's just like Lindsay. And then that's why I asked you, is she British? Because she sounded so much like you that I was just like, holy crap, was she born over there? Like,
No, family ancestors, yeah, but she's not. She's over there. But yeah, she is me. Our
I hear
attitudes
that.
are mine, and sometimes they're really bad attitudes. Other times they're quite good,
Yeah.
and other times they get her in trouble. So it depends on the situation. But
The
that's
only
the same
thing
with me.
that I do remember while I was reading that I told the girls, I was like, sometimes like the conversation sounded a little harsh, like if they were rushing, maybe. Like that's just some of the only I think thing that I would say. It was like the makeup on the girl was one, and then that like some of the conversations sounded kind of like if she was being harsh when she didn't mean to be harsh. I don't know if I'm explaining it right.
Yeah, in the second book, you find out why she's like that. But
Ah.
that is there for a purpose.
Oh,
And
okay.
she does try and act kind of detached, unscathed by anything. And in the second book, you actually realise that she's just as fragile as you on it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I kind of caught that. I was like, I don't know if it was intentional, if it was just, because like you said, you warned us. You were like, oh, it's not up to par to what I'm doing now. So I'm like, I wonder if it's intentional that she sounds kind of like, "Grr," or if it's just, because it's your first book. So I wanted to. I'm glad that I remembered.
The thing about her is, and again, you'll learn some of this in Torment, but she's trying to act that way so that the others feel like there's nothing to be scared of,
Mm.
and they're going to be all right. That she'll look after them when on the inside she's actually thinking, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. But she actually confesses all this over the
So
course of
she's
the
putting
story.
on a brave face for them.
Very much so. She's
Gotcha.
just as fragile as everybody else.
At one point I was like hoping that you know how they were how they got the powers like in the beginning, the very beginning, how the first people got the power. When Lily was always in the middle of everything, I was like, oh my gosh, they should just transfer transfer some powers to her, because Bendito, she's like in the middle of all this craziness and she needs her own powers.
Saying nothing because it's spoilers.
Oh my gosh, so there's hope that Lily will have powers. I am so reading this book. Like I need to read this book. I am so curious. I want to know what happens.
Lily changes, but personality doesn't.
Oh, that's good. I
That's
did.
all I'm
I,
gonna
I
say.
I did love Lily.
Yeah, she is freaking awesome. I really like her. I like how she's so accepting. You don't find a lot of people that find weird and just take it all in and they're just like welcoming. Most people, when they don't understand something or someone, they just judge and point fingers and act like, you know, they're not human. So I liked it. It was refreshing to see that Lily, even though she didn't understand what the heck, Kira was or what her powers were, she accepted her wholly, because of course Kira was always there for her and did what the friends, a good friend does. So, I guess 'cause she didn't have that support in her family, they kind of lean on each other, because Kira does have her mom, but it's like not
Her
having a
mom's a
mom.
butt.
Yeah. So I feel
Lily, the
like that's why
character
that
Lily.
relationship bloomed, and blossomed the way it did.
Well, her character. I'm gonna swear, right? The character of Lily is a fuck you to an old friend of mine who should have done for me what Lily does for Kira and didn't.
Mm,
That's
Uh,
why she is the way she is. And that's why she's so supporting of things she doesn't understand. And won't leave her side just because she's different. And
yeah.
that's what a friend should have done for me. And it is a screw you. Because
Yeah.
I know she's read the book too.
So basically, everything you wanted and expected from that friend, Lily was.
Everything I thought that friend was, she turned out not to be.
Mm.
And I put in the book what I hoped and thought that she was. And she's a mixture of that, and she's actually a mixture of my sister as well. So, but yeah, it was a screw you sort of thing.
Will we know more about, like, in the next book? Will we know more about Lily's background, like her parents? Like we know a little bit. Of course, her parents are, alcoholics and basically took advantage of her. Just she was like a piggy bank to them or whatever. will we know more about, how her life was before Kira, or no?
She doesn't talk about it very much because it's very distressing for her, and she sees it that she's moved on now, and she doesn't want anything to do with them at all. Although in Torment, there is an incident where they go back. You actually meet Kira's mum, and Lily's family is mentioned, and they're back in that area again. They're back in Westchester, so it's touched on there. But she's that determined to break away from them, have nothing to do with them whatsoever. As far as she's concerned, her family is Kira and the guys. So she just fresh start, new life.
Can we expect a wedding from Jake and Lily?
No.
I should have known. You're not the ooh wedding type of girl, are you?
Yeah, there is a wedding.
Just not Jake and Lily's.
No,
All right.
there is a wedding. There is something else with Jake and Lily. But I think they've got to kick a bit of ass first. There's too much shit going on for the wedding.
That's true. Yeah.
True. Oh well, yeah. If Lily changes, then yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, there's no time to be planning a wedding. You gotta control these powers. I'm trying to poke at you so you can say something.
No.
You're like a treasure chest that's like locked and sealed.
I'm telling you nothing. I'm telling you nothing because it's nice to hear your reactions to it as well, to see how you felt at certain points. So if I tell you what's going to happen, you're going to expect it. You're not going to have that same reaction. And it's your reactions that are very, very interesting to me, be them good or bad.
Yeah, I am on this book like white on rice. Watch me. I'm gonna be harassing you.
That's fine.
I need to know what happens. I am too curious. I'm worse than a cat. Need to know.
That's fine. That's fine. It's revelations I'm looking forward to responses on.
Can, do new oh well, besides the badass of the evil bastard, as I like to call him, that we still don't exactly know who he is, are we gonna meet new characters in the other two books?
Oh yeah, including the person that killed Kira's dad.
Wow.
So if you can imagine, I mean, you got to wait till I'll give you a little spoiler. You have to wait till the third book for that. But part of a deal that goes on. I mean, I'm saying too much. Basically, Kira gets to kill the bitch that killed her dad. And she doesn't do it quickly.
I like that. I like that. I just want to know who did it, though, because I'm like, oh my god, I wish I was like a robot that could read like a mile a minute.
No, she kills a person, thing, demon, whatever.
Oh, you're frozen. Am I frozen?
No.
I can
Yeah, a
see.
little bit now.
Lindsay, you're frozen.
Mama?
Oh, there you are.
Frozen.
You were frozen.
Not frozen.
Who, me?
Yeah, you were frozen.
Oh, crap.
I think it's all back to normal now. Yeah, she's not. She does it very slowly at first. Let's put it that way. She has some fun first.
I need to read. I need more eyes, more brain.
You look a bit strange with more eyes on.
I know, but I will be a cool. Like, I'll just wear bangs to cover them. Like I need like another set up here so they could read. I'll read one book with this set and then another book with the other set.
Okay. Good luck with that one.
It will be an overload.
Yeah, I don't think I could cope with that.
No, not really. Yeah. Let me see what other questions I have. I know I had so many, and I was gonna write them down, but again, mommy mode took over, and I completely forgot to write them down. So now they're just popping up in my brain every now and then.
Don't worry. No problem. No problem.
Oh yeah, I think I asked you this before, but just in case I didn't, you were the one that designed the cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every book you get of mine, I've done the cover for.
Ooh. I like that. I haven't. What the crazy thing is, I haven't seen the cover for the other two books.
I have, and they're really pretty.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna
I
go.
like the cover for the third one with the sword. Looks really awesome.
Yeah.
Right, bear with me a sec.
Hold on. I'm looking for them now. Are you looking for them? Are you making my job easier? Let me see. Hold on.
That's the second one. That's Torment.
Wait. I don't see it. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah?
I liked it.
It's on my charger.
Oh, that one I seen. Yeah, I seen that one.
Ooh, that book's me baby.
Aw.
That's definitely me baby.
I like it. That is so cool. What time is it over there, Lindsay?
2:20.
2:20?
Yeah. You know, before you said would I write a spin-off, and I said about doing the story of Elgar.
Uh-huh.
See that symbol that's on the front?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Well,
the
that's the
demon
one that's
seal.
on my shoulder blade too.
Ah, okay.
So that's a. I've made the cover just in case I decide to go down that road. But
Oh
we'll
my
see.
God.
But
I'm hoping to do.
you was asking about Lily. You were saying about Lily, sorry, and you were saying about character representation. I
Can you
don't know if
repeat
you're going
that?
to be able to make this out. Can you see that?
She's so
Yeah.
pretty.
Is that Lily?
That's who
Yeah.
I picture as Lily, yeah.
Oh, wow. She is really pretty. I love.
That's definitely her. Well, in my eyes, that's definitely her. I don't know what other people will see, but she's definitely fitting, I would say. I don't think I've not got access to any of the other ones. I would show them to you, but I don't want to be banging around because Faith's in bed, so I don't want to
Yeah.
wake her up. But,
Uh, I like. Um. Uh, do um. Do the guys get to meet girls?
yeah.
Okay. That's what I was worried about because they're different, so they need a Lily too.
One meets a demon. One becomes a demon. Don't automatically assume that demons are bad things because they're not.
Holy shish kebab! Seriously, you're torturing me here.
These books I've got. Some people are religious, other people have just got belief systems. These books feature my belief system. But just because you've got heaven and hell doesn't mean that one's pure and one's vile. It's bullshit. And a lot of the things that get said, and you will meet Lilith, and you will meet Lucifer, and you will go to hell, and you will see my version of what I believe hell is.
What? Oh my God, that is so cool.
It is not your stereotypical angels are good, demons are bad, and all this. Like it's completely different.
Wow. See, now I can't wait.
Had a very Christian lady thoroughly enjoy it. Even but said, well, it's not her belief. She enjoyed the variations. And I've had another Christian lady take great offence to the fact that I didn't have her vision on it. So she gave me a mouthful of abuse for that. So she can think what she wants. I don't really care. No, I didn't insult her. Do you know what I mean? What she believes is up to her.
Yeah,
You know?
it's the same thing with Joanne. Remember when she first with the I Am Wolf, how she had so many people like kind of turn against her because apparently she was possessed by the devil.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I didn't write that book for her. I wrote that book for people, not her specifically. So she was demanding changes in my book, which I'm not going to make when she's the only person that's had a problem with it.
True.
You know, but I think her problem was just lack of imagination, lack of. If you're going to read a fantasy book, for Christ's sake, it's fantasy. It's not factual. It's not truth. There's no scientific explanations for things. It's a fantasy. Take it as fantasy fiction, not something you'd find in an encyclopedia.
True.
You know? So I think she took umbrage anyway, but you can't please everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Not everything's for everyone, but at the same time, it's like you don't like it, put it down, walk away, get something else. Who cares? You didn't like it, but a lot of other people have. So
Exactly. So that's up to her. As far as I'm concerned, she's not important. It's just something that sticks in my mind. How people can react when you have a different view of things.
yeah.
So and there's just she's got no respect for anybody's opinions but her own. So piss off, basically.
That's another thing. A lot of another reason why I asked you if the book was like if they were like British is because a few of the words they use, we don't use. So I was like, okay, maybe they are British, and I didn't catch that. So
All
yeah,
the families, every single one of them families originate from England.
okay.
But this generation is not English.
They were
But some of their ancestors, some of their family, some are English, some aren't.
they speak American.
Fluent American, yeah.
Unlike you, you're starting to like your words are starting to blur together again.
Oh dear, oh no.
Your un-Americanness is showing.
I'll hang my head in shame.
Yes, you need a better teacher. God, there's some dumb people out there.
There are. But I'm wondering if she's done that on purpose, if it's just she's managed to keep a straight face, because I mean, sure to God nobody's that dumb.
Seriously, like it must hurt to be that dumb. Like if you're really that dumb, that's got to hurt.
Anyone can have a brain fart, right? But to say 10 to 12 different things in the same video that is complete and utter blatant bullshittery, I think that's been done on purpose.
Yeah.
I do think it's been done on purpose, but it still made me brains dribble out my ears.
It was just like first when she said the whole American thing, but then she went on a whole other level with the planets. I was just like, what just happened? And like you're apparently closer to the sun than we are.
I'm going to get incinerated if I step outside. I'm currently in my hole in the ground. But I'm an astrophysics geek. I'm a real astrophysics geek. So when people start saying crap like that, it makes my head hurt. it really winds me up. She drove me crazy.
It was so funny because you're like, oh, I'm gonna start building my ship now. Ay, ay, ay.
When I step outside, if I survive the incineration, then it's going to take me 6 years to get to you. During that 6 years, I will learn how to speak fluent American, right? And I can come and have a chat.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. But see, the good thing is, you're like I said, you're gonna be here for the big 4-0.
Yeah. Yeah, and 2 years before my big 4-0, so I'll have to stay for a while.
Yeah, there you go. I'll keep a room here empty for you.
Good stuff.
Oh my God, that was fantastic, man.
You need to watch this video. It's
Yeah,
so
Kalen,
funny.
I'm gonna share it on Facebook, Brian. I'm gonna tag you so you can
All
see.
right.
You just be prepared. It will make your head hurt. It's unbelievable.
I
I
was
mean,
so glad I wasn't eating or drinking anything. I probably would have died choking to death,
yeah,
laughing
you
at her
go.
stupidity.
You go. It was terrible.
All
But
right.
uh,
I don't know if you. I don't want to let you go, but I don't know if you want to go. I don't want to keep you because I know you've had a bad long day, and you know,
it's been a
And she
nice
needs sleep.
distraction.
huh?
I need to eat something. I know that. Um, but it's been a nice distraction. I've been at a friend's house tonight. For a bit of a distraction as well. So it's nice to do something like this rather than sit around
Yeah,
moping. Because
that's true.
it's
I was hoping that Marissa was gonna be able to, because she said she was gonna join us, but she was expecting it to run a little longer, like we usually do. But yeah, but I don't want to keep you on, if it was like a crazy day for you.
it doesn't matter to me because I won't be going to sleep for about another 5 hours. But
Oh, are you
uh,
serious?
well, maybe another three. I'm hoping not to go five. Um, but if you don't mind giving me 10 minutes while I just go and grab a snack and a drink, then
Yeah,
I'll come back on.
hey, yeah, I'm selfish. I'll keep you here all night. Yeah.
That's fine by me. No problem at all. It's nice to chat away and have distractions and that today.
All right. It'll give me time while you get something in. It'll give me time to like think up my questions.
Okay.
'Cause I have like 20 million of them.
Do you want me to disconnect and then reconnect?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. 10 minutes maximum.
Hey, take your time. I'm
All
not going
right.
anywhere.
All right. I'll speak to you in a minute.
All right. Kaleni, I don't know if you wanted to go. Like I don't want to keep you if you have something to do.
I actually might be going for about 10 minutes as well because I have to eat something.
All right, yeah, go ahead. I'll just sit here and try to entertain people with my craziness.
All right.
All right, I'll see you in 10. Well, it's just you and me, guys. I don't know if anyone's watching. It doesn't seem like anyone's watching. But yeah, if you have any questions, please send this to us. We'll answer them. I'm hoping Marissa could show. I'm so sad that they're not here. They like usually have a lot of questions and stuff. So, yeah. So you have any questions, comments, suggestions? All ears. Oh, not all ears. Of course, I have eyes and nose. I'm just kidding. So yeah, a little bit about the book. I'm gonna show you the pretty cover again. This time, that way you guys can actually appreciate it. Because I think earlier I kind of like just did this really, really quick and didn't let you see it properly. So this is the cover to the book. It's really pretty. And as you heard before, it's a trilogy. So there's two other books, which I'm really looking forward to reading. Um, it was a really fun read. It was so, so fun to read. We had, I don't know how many times we were like, oh my God, texting each other and freaking out over it. So that was quite fun. But yeah, if you want a fun read that will keep you entertained and on the edge of your seat, I recommend it. It was crazy. So crazy. All right, really quick. I wanted to bring up the fact that, of course, as we all know, is 9/11 today. And I wanted to have a moment of silence for, the life loss that day, and for the families, and just out of respect for the day that it is. So I'm just going to have 1 minute of silence. Okay, so 14 years and it still doesn't get any easier. It's still hard, and thinking about it makes my stomach hurt. It's not a fun day. So it's good to have things like this, like get our minds off of it. So on another note, if you have any questions or anything, I'm open to like answering them. Or before she comes back, Lindsay, I mean, you know, shoot the questions so I could just give them to her. See, we have one viewer. Why do I have a feeling that's either Kaleni or Lindsay? We'll see what happens. I am going to mute this for 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. The children. The children. Um, man, I wish you guys had questions. I miss Marissa and Angela and Molly. Miss having like the interaction. They make it fun. Now I'm all alone. All right, I am going to check Facebook, see if anyone has posted any pictures. Pictures, questions. I meant questions. Let me check. I trust the little phone. So far, nothing. Let me check our page. We have, by the way, I don't know if we've told you guys or if you guys are aware, we do have a Facebook page. It's the Book Cove Book Club. Like us, we share a lot of the things the live streams, what we're reading, different things. We make it fun, so go and check us out. We also have the Instagram page, which is the Book Coves, and of course YouTube. You guys are watching there. And what else do we have? Oh, and Twitter. That one is the Book Coves too. So yeah, check us out there, and just send us questions or suggestions on books you want us to read, or books that you feel we should read or talk about. So no questions from anyone. Okay. No, nothing. Next, now that we finished this book, we are gonna read um, the Vladimir Todd Chronicles. The first book, I believe, is Eighth Grade Sucks. I'm not completely sure that's the name. I just remember it's the Vladimir Todd Chronicles, by Heather Brewer. I actually read that book a while ago. I really enjoyed it, and figure since Halloween is coming, we might as well just, you know, read that one. But actually, that one is more because it's about school. You know, he's in school or whatever, and school just started. We basically decided to read that one for next month. I am also like really excited. We're gonna read I Am Wolf by Joanne Buchanan and Run by Patty Larson. I read I Am Wolf. It is insane. That book is insanely good. You will just you'll be in shock, and I don't even think you guys will know what to feel while reading it. It's incredible. So if you haven't read it, I suggest you do. Run, I haven't read it, but I have read a few books by Patty Larson, and she is very talented. Her books are really fun to read. And after the Vladimir Todd one for this month, the last week of this month, we're gonna read Immortal Embrace by Charlotte Blackwell. I am really looking forward to that one too. She's pretty freaking cool. So I really want to see how her book came out and how much fun it is. I've heard really good things about it, so I'm looking forward to it. So, yep, I'm kind of hungry. Not hungry, just munchy. Is that even a word? You hear the background noise? My little pollitos. The kiddos are on the loose. So, yeah, hopefully they'll be coming back soon because I feel like I'm boring you guys. I am really not good at this stuff by myself. So, oh, so far I see there are no viewers. Let me check if you guys have posted any comments on YouTube. You're back.
Hi.
Hi, were you watching?
No, I was outside having a smoke and making a brew and grabbing a snack.
Yeah, someone was watching. I was like, I was wondering if it was you or Kaleni, but there's actually someone watching now again.
I know there'll be a few people coming on tomorrow because you upload them, don't you? After they've appeared live, they stay on there, don't they? So other people can go on and watch.
Yeah, they stay on YouTube. Yeah.
I know there's a few people that will want to watch it tomorrow that just don't stay up as late as I do. So, but Friday night's always a quiet night on the internet, I think. Everybody
Yeah,
seems to be getting pissed. So,
recharging their batteries for the weekend.
where's Kalani gone?
She went to get something to eat as well. So I was left all alone the whole time talking to
Oh
myself.
no. Oh no.
But I actually ended up like talking about what books we're gonna read next, and took a moment of silence for 9/11. So I took advantage of that, and just letting them know about the pages we have. So if they didn't know,
I'm
now
gonna
they know.
I'm gonna share that around. Try and get some love shown to the page. Try and grow it. Um,
Yay!
I'll put a link to it on the blog and the website. So hopefully it'll gain some followers for you.
Okay.
Um,
But
but she's very quiet, Carlini, isn't she? But isn't she lovely?
she
She's
she's very quiet and what? I'm sorry.
lovely. She's so sweet. She's
She,
really,
yeah, she
really
is.
nice.
She is. She's really quiet. She's shy. She always said it. She said, "I don't know how I will do in live streams because I'm shy." So she only like interacts when she really finds something that she could kind of like connect with.
She actually visually puts me in mind of a very good friend of mine, Tiffany. She
Oh
really,
yeah.
yeah, she really reminds me of her. And I kept looking at a picture. I've got you on a couple pictures at the bottom of the screen, and I kept looking at her, and for all the world, she's it's the same person.
Oh wow. That's crazy. I don't know who oh, yesterday as a matter of fact, I went to the store and this girl in the store, like her mom owns the store, and she was sitting there talking to her mom, and she's like, "Oh my God, Emily, I know you go to AC a lot, like Atlantic City, and the other day I was over there, and I could have sworn this girl was you." And I actually walked up to her and sat at the table that she was at just to see if
It's gone.
it's me. Tell me I'm frozen. Well, if it's me, then you would have, you can't tell me. Can you see me? Are you moving? You're frozen. I can't hear you. No. She's gone, people. Gone, I tell you. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know what happened either. We're still live, right? Yep, we are. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to figure. Oh, there you are! Yay!
I have no idea what happened.
I was freaking out. I'm like, don't leave me alone again. I'm like, is it me that's frozen? Are you frozen? But how would I know if I'm frozen or if it's you?
It went really strange. I've just cut everything off, come off YouTube and Google everything, and then
Oh,
come back on, and it's working.
oh my God. I had a panic attack for a minute. I'm like, oh my God, no.
If that was a
I'm like,
half, the weather's
I
gone
don't even.
pretty crapper, so it
No, I
might
said
be.
I don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Go.
No, it's fine. I just didn't know if the weather was affecting my connection or something, because it's gone rather crappy outside.
Oh my
So
God. Yesterday was crappy here. It was raining so hard, so much water at once. I was like, what the hell? And then the funny thing is that I'm picking up the kids, right? And it looks like it's gonna rain, but it's not raining. And I forgot my umbrella. I took it out and I forgot it at home.
oh
So
dear.
I'm like standing there looking up at the sky and I say, please don't fall now. Let me get to my car. I don't know why I opened my mouth. As soon as I said that, it started pouring.
Typical. Absolutely typical.
It was horrible. And then it was just a little bit at first. And then as soon as I had my children, it was, forget it. You would have been, all you needed was soap. That's it. It was enough water for you to wash your hair, bathe, and maybe bathe a whole bunch of people too. And then, like, I get in the car, we go home, and I'm just like, oh my God. Then I come upstairs, it stops for a little bit, and then all I hear is, and I'm like, what the hell is that? I look out, and I swear to God, if it floods, if we were able to flood here, we would have had a river. It was ridiculous.
I haven't seen rain like that for a long, long time.
Really?
Outside at the minute, it's not really heavy rain. It's drizzle, but the clouds are really thick and the winds were picking up before. So, but the internet, my internet connection's crap with the provider's terrible, which is quite surprising considering it's Sky and it's supposed to be one of the best, but it's absolutely tripe. So it can cut off at any moment. So if I do disappear, I do apologise. That's what it is.
It's okay. I'll figure a way to entertain people. I feel so weird though that it's just like me. It's usually, you know, at least 2 other girls, so we could kind of like bounce stuff around. But now it's just like I feel like all the pressure is on me.
Oh well, we'll get to see how you react under pressure.
God, I am awful. I'm like a bubbling mess. Not like I think better under pressure, but I still kind of like, I feel like I say like a lot when I feel like I have to say something. It's just like.
It's all right. That's fine. We don't mind.
Sure, I mind. I sound like a blubbering idiot.
Is Connie coming back on?
She said she was in 10 minutes, but I don't know. I don't know. With Kaleni, you never know because she's shy. So sometimes it's like she'll sit there and like go to the side and kind of like, I think she tries to blend in with the background. I feel so bad because she always says it. She's like, I'm really like shy and awkward when it comes to like stuff like this. So I'm sorry. And I'm just like, yeah. And I'm just like, you know, I have this like crazy accent and just sound ridiculous sometimes. But hey, I feel like sometimes it like people might find it entertaining. It's like, what the hell did she just say?
I know the first time I did anything, I was on a radio show. It was actually aired in France. I was just absolute stuttering, blithering idiot. You know, I didn't know what to say. And she said, "What's your book about?" And I thought, I don't know. And everything just left me. All common sense, reasoning, thought processes, everything, it just went away. But I still get nervous, but I'm not. I'll come on. I'm not too bad now. I've done quite a few now, so it's getting easier.
Well, there's a good thing that happened while you guys were like, you know, out. Well, when you left, I started looking for my notes and I found them.
Right.
Found my questions. So
right.
If you're ready, I'll start shooting.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. So one of them was, and I think I know I asked you this before. Like I didn't ask you how long it takes you to write a book. I actually asked you what is usually your goal, like number, and you know you answered that. But about how long does a book take you to write? Usually?
It varies. I haven't released a book since Revelations came out in 2013. When I finished that book and that story came to an end, it was like part of me died with it. I had such a severe attachment to it. Revelations took me, oh God, I have no concept of time really because all my days kind of roll into one. With the whole not sleeping shit thing. Well, this atom that I'm working on now, I've been writing on that for 2 months, and I'm about halfway through it.
Oh, okay.
So,
so it take you within months or a year?
Revelations was the one that took me the longest to write so far. That took me a year to write it.
Wow.
Because part of me just didn't want to finish it, so that prevented me from writing on it. And I released a different book, which was Leticia, before I even carried on writing Revelations. but typically anywhere between about 4 months to a year, I would have said, dependent on how big the book is, or how much research I need to do for it, and how much time I get to spend on it. So, and if I've got a deep attachment, I can't let go. So it really does vary.
All right. So now that you said research, my other question was, where do you get like the information? Do you just do you go to the library? Do you like? Of course, the internet is way easier. But where does the first idea come up, and then you're just like, okay, so I'm going in this direction, or does it just flow and you go with it?
With the trilogy, it was mainly just go with it because I'm a big fantasy demonology fan anyway. So a lot of things I already knew, and obviously with fantasy fiction, the world's your oyster. There's not really any rules you've got to follow. So you can really have fun with that. It's basically your limit is the limit of your imagination. So you can just go and go and go. But where the demons were concerned, and some of the I mean, it's set in Salem, it briefly touches on the witch trials, doesn't it? So I read into that and put a little bit of information, but obviously it's not about the witch trials, so there wasn't that much needed to go in it. But with Atom that I'm doing now, I'm having to research things because this is really out of my comfort zone. It's not fantasy, it's true life, just everyday people. So researching weapons, because we don't carry guns over here, so I'm clueless with anything like that. I can tell you about crossbows, but I can't tell you about guns. So it all depends on what I already know either a lot about, a little about, or nothing about. But I always fact check myself, and I don't go to a library because the internet's the biggest encyclopedia in the world. So I'll go on that.
True. I just like the excuse to go to the library. I call it heaven. So
our library's not great. So
oh really? Yeah. One of ours.
No, ours is so small, and there's nothing in there really, especially with the stuff that I want to research. There's just nothing there. But since I've upgraded to this Windows 10 and I've got Cortana, she looks everything up. Yeah. She brings it home.
You have a new friend.
Yeah, my only friend. I speak to her every night.
You were kind of right about the whole, because this time around I was on like 10 minutes before and no technical issues. So I guess you were right. It just took a few, tries for me to kind of get it. Yeah.
I think Microsoft, they just needed to iron out some creases, that's all.
Yeah. Okay, so my next question is, when you're not writing, what is your favorite thing to do?
Probably that. Not much. I'm not the most exciting person in the world. I spend a lot of time with Faith. I'm a graphic artist, so I make covers for other people, book trailers. I design websites and blogs. But most of my life's not revolving around the books or the art, it's revolving around Faith. That's Faith's decision. It has to revolve around her and building blocks or going out on a scooter or blackberry picking at the moment. So it's nice.
All right. So another question I had, and these are like basically like we talk, but there's things like I would love to know. So I just threw a few in there. I know what your mom thinks about your writing because you had explained before to us that she basically was the one that kind of like said you should go for it and continue with this. But what does the rest of your family think about your writing? And do you have any like number one fan in your family? And besides your mom, because I'm pretty sure she's the number one.
My sister reads through everything. she normally has a read through before I release anything. My auntie, she's got all my books. She enjoys them. And some of my cousins do. My mum's been the one that's been the most supportive through everything, but I can't say there's a single family member that hasn't been supportive. I honestly can't. We're a very, very close-knit family. Very, very close-knit. And everybody supports everybody in whatever they choose to do, unless they're being bloody stupid. And then we tell them so, you know? But in anything like this now, they're all brilliant. You couldn't ask for anyone better.
Aww. All right. My other question was, when you started writing, I know that you started because, you know, something like personal stuff. But what was it that surprised you the most about just after these, you know, you knew that this was gonna be a book, or after it was already a book and you have finished it? What was it? What was the most surprising thing to you? What did you learn about yourself?
Right. Most surprising thing was when the book actually arrived in print form for the first time, and you kind of get the book and flick through it, and you think, shit, I wrote that. You know, and you look, just see all these like thousands of words, and it's really surreal. You know you wrote it, but you can't believe that those words are yours.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was going to be an interior designer or something. I wasn't going to be a writer, so it was really strange. And at the time, because of everything that had gone on, I had no belief, no confidence, no nothing in myself. It was basically just an existence, not more than a life.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me realise that just because shit had happened, it didn't mean I couldn't do something. You know, I could carry on, and I could create something. So it built my confidence back up a little bit, and made me realise that maybe I wasn't going down the wrong path to begin with, and the shit that happened for a reason to knock me off that and send me down this path instead.
I like that.
It was a good time.
If everything great could come out, it would be like, that would be my wish, for you to feel, you know, better. Just say, you know, when you put it down, right, on paper, or whatever you're feeling, it kind of like, it's like a big sigh.
It was definitely a good feeling.
Okay, the other question.
Right, Emily, I don't know if you're aware of the facts, and I don't know if it's just my computer, but you sound very crackly.
Do I?
Do
I still sound like that?
You almost sound like a robot.
All right, let me check. Let me check my internet. Hey, I'm a robot.
And it might be my computer, but it's making my speakers go really strange.
All right. No, I have full, like, I'm like, my bars are like all full. Like, my internet is fine.
No, now you sound perfect.
What the hell? Okay.
That's really strange. It might be my side. It might be. I don't know. It's just you sounded very, very crackly, like there was static coming through the speakers. But now,
that's weird.
Now you sound normal again. You sound like you again.
I sound as normal as I can sound. There's nothing normal about me.
You did.
All right. So, if you could give anyone that wants to write a book, like a suggestion, or basically like anything you could, like a tip you could give them to make them better, or to help them go like around like the right path, what would you tell them? Like someone that wants to write a book but doesn't know how to go about it.
Well, I've actually been doing that recently because the girl that I refer to as my wife wanted to have a stab at doing it. And she's got no confidence in herself, no belief in herself. For some reason, she just doesn't think she's capable of doing it, and she don't realise how wrong she is. So basically, my advice to her is start writing, or I'm going to come round and kick you up the ass. You know, you know. Yeah, don't think you can. Think positive. You can, or you'll get a kick up the ass. But for those that aren't her, if you don't know where to start off, because that can sometimes be the hardest part, just don't overthink it. Because even if you write an opening line and you don't like it, but you can move on from that point at that time. There's nothing to stop you going back in a couple of weeks when you've wrote more of the book and changing it. Anything you write can be changed. Anything you write that you don't like can be deleted. But you might just surprise yourself, write something and think, you know what, I love that. And I think when you get them moments and you think, you know what, I wrote that, that was bloody brilliant. That's when you start thinking, oh, I'm going to do some more. So you take the rough with the smooth, but just because you might get a bit stuck or you're not sure what direction you're going in, don't stop. Just do it and see how you feel about it. And research a publisher before you sign up with them. That is the biggest advice and the best advice that I would ever give to anybody. Research your publisher. And if they tell you it is going to cost you even a single penny, run for the hills.
All right. That's a good tip. Yeah. Usually people think that they have to pay for, stuff like that. Like I have a friend who published a book, but she paid out of pocket for everything.
No. If you're going to a publisher, that publisher is going to earn a royalty off your book. To earn that royalty, they're not supposed to sit on their ass and do nothing and let you do everything. Nor are they supposed to take money off you up front. One of the strictest laws in the literary world like that is that the money is supposed to flow to the author, not from the author to make a publisher rich. Well, not rich, but you know what I mean. You don't do it, because you end up stuck in a trap, and it gets you down. It can destroy your dreams when you realise that you've basically been taken for a ride.
Yeah, it could be really disheartening, I guess. All right, my last question is, did you as a child, did you ever think that this is what you will be doing?
No. Never. Not once, ever. Not even a split second thought.
What did you think you were going to be?
I went from being, I think, the typical little girl of wanting to be a vet to I was going to be either an IT technician, or I was going to go down the road of astrophysics.
Wow, that would have been fun.
But then I was toying with, what do I really want to do all that? And can I really spend all that time in university? Because a school environment for me is hell. So then I thought I'd do the interior design. In actual fact, I worked for an architect firm and then went on to be a debt collector. So nothing went the way I thought it might. And then obviously this started. But if you'd told me I was going to be a writer, I'd have looked at you like you've just fell off something. There was just no way.
Do you like the way things turned out in that sense?
Where the books are concerned, yeah. Where other parts of it are concerned, hell no. But I wouldn't swap this side of it for the world.
All right.
I couldn't give this up now.
If you weren't a writer and like a choice to, basically it was like a for sure thing, whatever you decided to do, you could do no problems, and it was a certainty that you could do it, what would be your choice besides, like, if you weren't a writer?
I'd be an astrophysicist. Without that.
See, that's one thing we have in common. I think not only do I have my head in the clouds, I'm always looking up. I'm obsessed with anything, you know, moon, stars, sun, anything like that. I'm just like, I need more of it.
I'd either be working for NASA or ESA, one of the two.
What was that?
No, I'd either be working for NASA or for ESA, one of the two. That'd be something that.
Oh my god, how cool that'd be!
But other than that, I don't know. I've not really got. I've not got anything else I feel that passionate about, to be honest. So I'd want to be doing something.
I know you're more into like lightnings and storms and all that stuff.
I don't know if I'd want to be a storm chaser or not. I wouldn't mind viewing it from a safe distance, but chasing it and going into it, nah. No, I'll wait up there. You know, it's you go, and I'll just wait it.
No, I'll be right next to you. I am not going in the middle of that.
I'm not going any closer, but no, there's nothing else I've got that much passion for.
It's funny because now, like, every time there's like thunder or lightning here, it reminds me of you. Because I remember, like, when it first happened, you were like, "Oh my God, share with me." So now, like, when there's a storm, I'm like, I wonder if there's one near Lindsay, and I wonder if she could just, like, if she's watching it too.
We don't get many where I am. We're protected by big, right? They're called the Pennines, the hills. So they get all where we are. We've got the East Pennines, we've got the West Pennines, and the weather seems, you know, we're smack bang in the middle, and all these storm clouds seem to go like that.
Ah!
And I'm stood there thinking, you bastard!
Storm.
They just avoid us. So it's a rare treat when we do get something. And we've had 2 this year, so that was really good. Love to witness some of the storms you have over there.
Huh?
Big hit. Love to witness some of the storms you have over there.
Oh my God, you will go crazy. My daughter loves lightning and thunder. And anytime she, like, I'm like, stay away from the window, she runs straight to the window. And, like, I think this is her. Like, her nose is, like, pressed up against the glass. And I'm like, okay, but at least don't take your, like, phone with you. Like, you're going to attract it.
Oh, no, that'd be me. I'd probably be out in it, too.
Yeah. I tell her not to use the phone, but you see me right up there just taking videos to share so you can see them.
I've got my first real-time photograph of a lightning strike. And normally I can catch them on video all the time, but to actually just take a photograph of it was brilliant. So I was quite excited.
And the picture was so beautiful.
It was just pink and blue, the lightning. It was absolutely beautiful.
Yep, it was like the right, like, you use your finger at the right moment, because that picture was ridiculously beautiful.
I had Faith sat on my knee in the back of the car with my camera, my arm around her and my camera in front of her, and just set up to take multiple shots. So there was about 5 shots there, and one of them caught the actual lightning strike. So I was like a kid in a candy store.
I could only imagine. I like the noise. Like I love thunder. Oh my god! Like the rumbling and just the noise of it. I love it.
It's it's peaceful. It helps me concentrate on the writing. It gives me ideas. It doesn't unnerve me in the slightest, except for one about 8 years ago, a day before me and my sister were due to fly out to Finland, and this crack of thunder even unnerved me. It was that loud. It sounded like the planet had just basically cracked in half.
Holy shit!
The whole of the house shook. I've
Wow!
never heard anything like it in my life. My eardrums were ringing. Um, it was like the wrath of God in the sky.
Holy hell!
So I think that's the only time I've ever been unnerved. But it was good. If it happened again now, it wouldn't bother me. But I think it's just because it was the first time I'd heard something that severe.
Yeah.
But it can feel free to do it again. That's fine.
I love the sound, but I went to sleep one night and at like about 2 in the morning, I just heard like the most craziest sound in my life. It sounded like an explosion. It was so loud. Everyone in the apartment woke up and were like, what the heck was that? And I look outside and lightning has like it struck. I don't know how to say it. Struck. Yeah, struck the corner top of the building next door, and it
Wow.
took a chunk of it. It was so loud. When I tell you, it sounded like the biggest explosion I've ever heard in my life. I was just like, oh my God, there was a fire or like a gas leak and something exploded. And then I'm looking outside and like the little corner is like kind of like sparking, like if it wanted to burn. It was so crazy. And then there
Wow.
were bricks falling down. I'm like, oh my God. Then when I got to see it like from outside, it was even bigger than what I've seen the night before. Big chunk of the corner of that building was and their electricity was like it went out.
I'm
It
jealous.
was ridiculous. I've never heard anything like that before or like before that day or after. I've never ever heard it.
Well, now I'm
There
just
was
jealous.
something similar that it struck like the river, the Hudson River. It wasn't as loud, but the lightning was spectacular. It just hit the river and it kind of like sounded like a whip cracking. It was fantastic.
Jealous. Maybe I should just move over.
You should. That would be so much fun just having you over here. Oh my God. I don't think New York and New Jersey is ready for Lindsay and like all of us to get together.
Can you imagine how much fun that would be?
Give me 1 second. My son is actually what?
Um, that was like smile. I'm just like, fuck, why do
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Tell me. You know. You have an idea of what you want to do. Just tell me.
I don't.
What you want?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't want to watch it.
Okay. Do you want to use my iPad?
I don't want
I don't know. No, but then you gotta connect with your own thing though,
why.
because then people are gonna start sending me invites, Justin.
What's that one?
No, 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 no. Why don't you watch TV? I recorded a movie yesterday for you. Sorry,
What one?
Alright, no.
Hercules.
Like that one.
You've never seen it. How do you know?
I don't want to watch it.
Everybody's playing something and he's like not part of any of it, so he's like he doesn't know what to do with his time.
Oh,
Let me ask Marissa because oh, by the way, Carleni's not coming back. She texted and said
oh.
she can't make it back. So I knew that was gonna happen though.
No.
Uh, I'm trying to see if the girls. I don't know what happened. Marissa said she was gonna get on.
Like I say, it's a Friday night, isn't it? So it's a difficult night for people.
Yeah, she said is that she hold on, I'm gonna tell you what she said. She said uh she wanted to know how long we were gonna be on, and then she was like, I can join later, but I think she has like a game or something, because she's like in I don't know, it's soccer or something. She's in a team, so I know that she probably had either practice or something,
Mm.
but I don't know. I'm gonna ask her now if she's gonna. Let me see.
It's no problem.
Oh, Carleni said to thank you for joining us,
So I said thank you for having me.
and that it was amazing meeting you.
Oh, she's so nice.
She is so cute. Oh my God, you ever? Yeah, you've seen Molly. I'm pretty sure you've seen her, the one with the glasses. She's the
Yes.
youngest one in our group.
Yeah.
She's adorable.
And she's like a little doll.
Yeah, and I don't know if you were watching when the boy was hitting on her.
Mm.
There was this boy that every question he was sent, it was to Molly, and it was like, will you marry me, or what's your Instagram? It was so cute.
Oh,
And then she
she's
would like turn super red because of it.
she's like a little pop doll.
She is adorable. Oh my God, I can't even take it. Like when she's on, and she has like the cutest laugh.
Oh, she is like a little doll. She's lovely. I think
If
you've
you
got a good
see,
team.
huh?
I think you've got a good team. You know, a good group. Well, I suppose it depends what you want to call it, doesn't it? Team, group,
Yeah,
gathering.
they're pretty awesome. We the crazy thing is that we started with like 20 people, I think. When we first started, it was because of BookOn, right? So we kind of like threw it out there in the BookOn app,
Hmm.
and of course, all of the girls on the BookOn app were like, "Oh yes, yes, yes," and everybody joined. And then I guess they didn't know what really like well, not that they didn't know. We kind of all have an idea of what a book club is. We read, we discuss what we read, and whatever, right? But we want to take it to like we wanted to take it to an extra like level. We wanted to actually like interact with other readers, and do like live chats, and not only just discuss the book among us. We wanted to put the reviews out there and like talk to the authors if we could, and that's what we wanted to do. So I feel like I guess it got to be like a homework, like more work than they thought it was gonna be.
Hmm.
So from like 20 something, it went to 15 or 13, something like that. Then it went to 10, no, to 9, and then from 9 it went down to 6, and now it stayed at 6 because only those 6 were really like wanting to do the reviews and kind of like really excited about everything that we were trying to do. So I feel like it was the best thing that could have happened, because now we're really close. We talk about everything, not only books. So it worked out for the best for all of us.
Yeah.
And like we all built like a relationship with all of us together, but we all have like like with Angela, she's like my twin. We don't look like twins, but we like basically our life story, the way we act, our preferences, we're like really really so much alike, it's ridiculous. So we started calling each other twin.
Hmm.
Then with Marissa, I feel like she's fun. She's so energetic and bubbly, and like she's smart. She's like 15, but like her brain doesn't work like a 15-year-old. So it's really interesting to see things from her like viewpoint and stuff. And with Molly is the same thing. She's I think 13, maybe 14. She's so young, but you really wouldn't be able to tell. Only her face would tell you that, because she's so eloquent, and she's really smart, and like she's really good, and she has her own blog. She does like videos about books. So she's like not new to this, so she's pretty good at it. And then with Angela, it's like she brings the whole, she's another one that's really good with like her, her speaking voice and phrasing, like everything. Like she could build a sentence out of nothing. She's super smart, and they're just awesome. Like we all bring, I feel like, different things to the group. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just the crazy one in the group. But
But you need to be
you know me,
bubbly.
I like crazy.
It's nice when you've got somebody that's bubbly. You know, it keeps things lively.
Yeah,
You don't want to just have a very deep and meaningful conversation that's going to put people that are watching it to sleep. You want them
yeah,
to have a laugh, and you want them to be able to connect with you. And it's nice. I think you've got a really nice thing going, and
yeah.
I hope it really grows for you.
Yeah, I kind of like it started off as like, oh, let me try it, and now I'm just like, oh, if I didn't have this, I don't know, it would be so boring. Like, it's pretty cool. And the fact that now I have a whole bunch of people who, won't look at me like I am freaking retarded or ridiculous because I am like crying or stressed out or me like mad about a book. Got the look like, what's wrong with you? No, I don't get that look. I just get the, I know, right?
I get the so you're a writer. Yes, I wouldn't have time for that. Okay,
What?
you're
What
an
break
author.
was you
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I'm a writer. Yes, I could write a book. Come on then. When somebody's being horrible or smarmy about it, it rubs me up the wrong way. But when somebody says to me, "Oh, you've published books. Oh, I'd love to write a book," I think, well then, come on, do it. You know, have a go, try it. I'll keep my foot up your ass to keep you going if you want me to. But I think anything to do with the book world with people, it's either they'll either take it or they'll leave it. I don't think there's any in between. They either love it or they hate it. And years and years ago, I'd have hated it. Now it's the love of my life. So it's strange, but there's some funny people in this world.
I
Some
know. I know.
people.
That's, I think in some ways, like, some people make it really, really fun, and some others you just all you have to do is like look at them and shake your hair. You're just like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's nothing else you could do.
No,
A question just popped into my head. If you could date any of the boys in the book, which one would you date and why?
Elagos, because he's the man of my dreams. I wear his demon seal. I've got his name tattooed on my ankle. I've got a silhouette
Ah,
of him. I've currently got a silhouette of him and her being tattooed on my calf. So yeah, it's definitely him.
if have you ever gotten like a really like mean review, or have like, has someone ever approached you about any of your books and been like really mean about it? And if so, they have guts, because I wouldn't. You have a crossbow.
I don't know how to use it. I have had bad reviews, but everybody gets bad reviews. So nobody's gonna like absolutely everything that you write.
Mhm.
And even those that have read all the books I've written up to now and that have enjoyed them, if I release one next week, they might hate it. If I release one the week after, they might love it again. So as long as in the review they don't get personal and attack the author.
Mhm.
If you don't like the book, you don't like the book. I can't please everybody that walks the earth that reads. But there was one instance on Goodreads, and in fact, if you go on, it's still there. I think it's one of the first reviews that comes up, and she like book, simple as that. And it was one of the very first reviews I got that was negative. and she went through, and she was so nice in the review. She was just saying what she didn't like, what didn't work for her, and she was saying, now, you know, considering it's set in America, it sounds very English, and a lot of that was because I didn't know a lot of the American terminology back then. I was 24. I never spoke to American people. But when I asked for help from the publisher, anything, they turned it even more British. It was only when I went to the second publisher in America, and then with Jodie, that it's become more Americanized. And for some unknown reason, all these people seem to come on. People I wouldn't know them if I fell over them in the street. I've never heard of half of them. I'd be a actor for it. To the point where I didn't, you know, when you don't know whether you're like overstepping your boundaries or whether to get involved or not to say anything. And it got to the point where there was being that horrible with this girl that I felt the need to go in and say, look, this is my book, not yours. I appreciate you trying to defend me, but there's nothing to defend me from. You can't force somebody to like something they don't. So that was a really weird reviewing experience.
I could imagine.
It was very confusing. Very confusing. But the girl was so nice in her review. She just didn't like the book. You know, it's strange. And there's been another one that didn't love it, didn't hate it, who I got talking to, and I still talk to her to this day. She's lovely. But I've never really, other than the religious woman, I've never really been approached and attacked, shall we say. I don't know if it would bother me anyway. Maybe it's the Brits and their stiff upper lips. I don't know, but it's like water off a duck's back. If you're going to put yourself out there, take the rough with the smooth. So it doesn't faze me.
That's true. That's the good thing. The good thing about you, that you appreciate people being honest, and when people are just being, you know, total a-holes or just plain not nice, you could just, you know, and keep on going.
There's the odd occasion where they can go a little bit too far, and then I can't help but comment or say something, or I'll have a rant on Facebook, because I'm not frightened of opening my mouth. It's just that a lot of things that I say, I think, can't be bothered. It's just not worth spending time worrying about it.
It's true.
You know, so yeah. A lot of people don't like me, that's fine. They don't like the way I am. They don't like the way I act. They don't like the way that I deal with things. They don't like the fact that they can't get a reaction out of me most of the time, but when I do react, they don't like that either. I'm one of the most straightforward, plain speaking, open and honest people on this earth, and unfortunately a lot of people don't like that.
Oh yeah, nobody likes to hear the truth, especially when there's the truth about themselves.
No, they don't. But I seem to expect everybody else to be the same and say what they think, and it's really hard for me to try and get my head around the fact that other people don't do that. So I think that's when I have that bit of a clash with people. But those that are straight talkers, no matter what comes out of the mouth, you do right by me, I do right by you. So,
and that's the way it should be, you know. I feel like nowadays everyone just runs around the subjects. Like, they don't want to really dip their hands into the mess of it. It's easier to ignore or run around in circles and kind of like tiptoe around crap than it is to just be straightforward and tell it like it is. And if you like it, good. If you don't, hey, your problem, not mine. At least I was honest.
That's exactly what I mean. And I get called big arrogant for it, and I'm not. I just, if you don't want to know something, don't ask me. You know, remember, it's not facts that are coming out my mouth; it's my opinion. You know?
Exactly.
And that's all it is. It's just a thought process.
That's
So
right.
I'm an acquired taste. It's fine. I'm not the most sociable of people anyway, so that's fine.
I
I'm
don't
not.
I don't believe that, but then again, I'm biased, so
I'm one of the most antisocial people you'll ever meet.
that is so crazy.
I'm great talking over Facebook. I'll talk over here. I'll talk on Skype. That's fine. Face to face and like over here. Now I'm exceptionally antisocial. Spend most of my time
Really?
on my own.
Oh wow. And see, like me, I'm just like I I talk to everyone. I like say hi to everyone. Like I don't like approaching people, but if you say hi to me, I'll just be like, "Hi, how are you?" Even if I don't know you, I I don't know when to shut up, I guess. Even when
I
you're
I'll say hiya and that. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not the sort of person that will go out and ignore people or something like that. You know, and if
yeah.
somebody smiles, I'll smile back.
Mhm.
But I'm also that sort of person that will be walking down the road, see somebody that I know will keep me talking, and
Mhm.
suddenly,
Oh my God, I'm one of those that stands in line and could just start up a conversation with the person either in front of me or behind me and have not an issue with it. Like it would just go and hey.
people in my little circle I can speak to all day. Not maybe not all day, but most of the day. Others, if I'm in the mood, I'll have a chat. If not, yeah, I can't. That's it. I just kind of go like that. Head down,
it's, a,
walk past, don't see me, sort of thing.
it's a
But
good thing you have long hair then.
yeah, or put a hood up. But or sometimes pretend you're on the phone or can't stop. You-
Oh geez. You're that awkward. Like when you see people outside, you're just like, not having it.
yeah, I'm a very awkward person. But we've
I
lived it. We've lived here for 20 odd years, 26, 27 years. We
uh-huh.
know we know a lot of people. You can't walk down the street without saying hello 10 times. And sometimes I just don't want to say hello. I just want to be quiet and walk with my head down to the floor and go where I've got to go, get what I've got to get, and come home and shut myself in my room and just not talk to anybody all day.
hmm
So I'm not as sociable as you, Emily. No, I'm really not as sociable as you.
Yeah, my mom used to always tell me, "Oh my God, like you would talk to the wall if it talked back." Apparently,
I
and
used to be
that's so
more.
true.
I used to be more sociable, but not these days.
Yeah.
I think I'm just a miserable cow.
Oh my God.
Maybe I am. Maybe I am just a miserable cow.
Well, I feel like I used to be more sociable than I am now. I used to like going out and having, like time out of the house. Now you have to like literally like lasso me and pull me out of my apartment. I don't want to be outside. I rather just stay in. And fun to me is being at home, like either playing video games with the kids or reading a book or board games. That is like major fun to me. Being outside, with like society. Meh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
No,
I could deal with it, but not for long.
no, I can't be doing that. I'll go out, and my idea of fun is going like through the hills where I live 20 minutes away from where one of my books is set. So we go up there, or I'm a member of English Heritage, so I go and visit all the historic ruins. So
Ooh.
that's something I like doing. I've just had a piece published by them. I was reviewing one of their places. So yeah, so mate, I think I am a boring, miserable get 99% of the time.
I don't think so. All right. So if you could go anywhere in the world besides Jupiter, because you're already there. If you
Of
could
course,
get out of Jupiter and come to Earth and
right.
and go anywhere on Earth, where will you go?
Well,
So,
I can't say America because you're not even on Earth. You're just somewhere in the middle of the solar system.
yeah. Oh, right.
I'd go back. Has it got to be somewhere I've never been?
No, just someone you somewhere you prefer to go, or if you ever been there, fine. If not, just somewhere you want to go. Where would you want to go?
I'd go back to Finland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'd go further north and rent an igloo with a glass top and sleep under the aurora.
Oh my gosh, shut up. That's like, oh my God. I was showing my daughter how they had like these kind of like what you just described, and they rent them and you could just sleep under their stars and see the northern lights and stuff. And I was just like, hi, before I die, I need to do this. This is like the only thing I ask of the world. I need to do this. I think
That's
that will be like a dream come true.
that's something I want to do. I will do it one day.
That
I'll
and
go back.
visit Scotland.
It's only about
Scotland
200
and
miles.
Ireland. Huh?
It's only about 200 miles north. Is it about 200? Yeah, it's about.
I just want to go your way. Like I want to see it all.
Oh, come and visit sunny Manchester that's miserable and wet and blah.
I don't mind wet. I like rain. I don't like snow. Snow I can't deal with. But I really would like to go to Ireland. I would like to go to Scotland. I would like to go and see the Northern Lights. That would be freaking ideal.
You can see the Northern Lights in Scotland, but I'd rather do it in Finland. Just because it's
I've never
outside of
been
the
to
UK.
I wouldn't mind seeing it either. But I think those little houses that you're talking about were the ones that I was telling my daughter about.
That'd be beautiful. It looks
Well,
so cool.
oh
But
my
one day
God.
it's not.
My dream, like my absolute dream, the thing I want to do most in the world, like not do like just see, it's the sky away from all the lights. Just no lights, where you could just see a sky full of stars, and you know and they'll just be there, and I just want to be in awe of like a sky. Like right now I could see like maybe 5 6 stars, and that to me is like, oh, I love this. So just seeing a sky the way people in the countryside see it, oh my God, I think I would faint.
Outside near us, you can see quite a few, but about 2 years ago, there's a very large manor house. I don't know how many miles away it is from me, but it's to the east. It's called Chatsworth House, and the grounds of it are in a blackout zone. And I went up there with my ex in the April, and it was about midnight when we were there. We got out, we switched the engine off. We were actually both just going to have a cigarette.
Hmm.
And I said to him, I said, don't strike. your lighter. I said, you're not going to believe it. And he said, what? I said, get out of the car. And I think I spooked him a little bit, and I didn't mean to. But I said, no, I said, you've got to get out of the car. And he got out and he looked up, and I think we were just silent for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And I kid you not, I have never, not even on the films, have I ever seen a sky like that. Every direction you looked, there was just millions of stars. It was almost as though you was looking out of the window of a space shuttle.
Wow.
It was absolutely pitch black. It's literally out of this world. I've never seen anything. Never seen anything like that since. Unbelievable.
That's what I need to see, because whoever's watching, cover your ears. This is kind of like it's embarrassing, but I don't care, because it's just, I feel like the universe is so amazing, and I'm really into like I kind of knew you were into like storms and stuff, but I didn't know you were into like, you know, astro stuff, you know, like the stars and stuff like that. And I'm like hooked on the NASA app, the one that the ISS, that you could see basically when it goes around the world, and you can see, you know, what the International Space Station is seeing. So I could be on that app all day, like all day. So I discovered, because of that app, I discovered another app where you could see when the International Space Station is like passing by, where Saturn is, where this is, where the other thing is, and like everything. You can find everything, and it tells you exactly at what elevation, where. And here's where the nerdy Emily comes out. I am like obsessed with these two apps. And the other day, when they're around after, like a little bit after my birthday, I think it was on the 17th. Remember, there was gonna be like meteor shower.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to this so badly, and you couldn't really see it that well here, because of course I'm like right next to the city. It's like impossible. So I went like to the other end of my apartment, which is a little darker, you know, not that many lights. And I think I saw like 4 or 5 of them passing by, and I literally like broke down. I thought it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I was just like in tears. So if I were to see a sky the way you saw it, I don't know what I would do, because that, like, I find it so incredibly amazing.
I will make you a public promise, so I can't get out of it. If you ever come over to England, I will take you personally to see a sky like that.
Oh my God, shut up.
That is an absolute promise.
Yeah.
I know of 4 locations that I could take you to right now that you would see it on. And there's I can't remember if it's round in Norfolk or if it's in the Brecon Beacons in Wales, where you can actually make out part of the dust belt of the Milky Way.
What? Oh my God.
Give your eyes about 45 minutes to adjust, and you'll start seeing everything. When it goes back into winter and, like, you know, the planet tilts the other way and Orion comes back into view, I've got a telephoto lens on my camera. You know, I'm a camera geek. And I'm going to attempt to photograph the Orion Nebula.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So if I can pull that off, I'll be very chuffed with my little self. And the next clear night we get, when I can get out, because I mean it's going dark pretty early over here now, so it's dark by 8:15. I want to go up in the hills and try and photograph the Andromeda Galaxy as well, because you can see that with a naked eye.
Oh my God. Seriously. My goal now is to just save up so I could go over there and see all of this stuff. I think I will have like a heart attack. Oh.
I was stood in the back garden a couple of months ago. Our Cheryl's boyfriend, he's got a telescope. It's quite good. It's not an overly powerful one. but it's a big, big bugger. And my favourite planet is Jupiter. And I was
Good
almost...
thing you live on it.
Yeah, well, that's another reason that video touched a nerve. My geeky side. But I actually looked through the telescope and was looking directly at Jupiter and its 4 moons. And my eyes were welling up, and I'm thinking, don't look at me, I feel like a right idiot. But I was just so excited over it. It was fantastic. But obviously you zoomed in that fast and everything's travelling, so you're constantly having to move your telescope to keep it in view. And my sister said, let me have a look. I said, keep turning this so we don't lose it. So she said, oh yeah, look at that, and didn't turn it, so I lost my planet.
Oh no.
Took me about 15 minutes to find the bloody thing again. But it looked awesome.
Now, because of the app, now like I know where like the planets are positioned. So when they're like where I could set up my telescope, because yeah, nerdy Emily has a telescope. I just like I take that app and I literally just I could spend hours there. And just the other day, the first time I got the telescope, it was a Christmas present. That's the only thing I wanted. And I ended up getting it, and I ended up looking at the moon up close for the first, like really like craters and all for the first time, and I was just like, like I don't think I was breathing the whole time I was looking at it. I was just like I couldn't even believe that this was happening. And then when I found Venus, I believe I'm not sure if it was Venus. RJ, do you remember what planet was it that we took pictures of? Remember the planet that we were able to see in the telescope? Which one was it? Was it Venus that we took pictures of? I don't know if it wasn't Jupiter. It wasn't the one with the rings. It was one of either Saturn or Venus, one of the two. But
What colour was it?
huh?
What colour was it?
It had like I don't remember the color because it was pretty bright, like on the picture. But it had like right on the like down here, it had kind of like a little crater. It was just a lonely crater, or it looked like a stain kind of. So I don't know. It was I think it was Venus because it looked kind of bluish. So I'm not sure if it was Venus.
Venus isn't blue.
Huh?
Venus isn't blue.
I don't know which one it was. I just know it looks so bright that I don't even know.
That's how you know if it's Venus. It's that bright you can't actually. Sometimes you can't even actually focus on it. It is that the light reflection is that intense.
I don't know if it was just my telescope, but I know it had kind of like on the bottom of it, and that's how I could tell it was Venus because I was looking up at the planets, and you know how they have like pictures more or less of what it is, and that's the only planet that had that little thing that I could like kind of see at the bottom of it. So I'm like, oh my God, I think that's Venus. I'm not certain it was, but it was so bright, and I if I find the pictures, I'll share them with you. They were, oh my God, I was just trying to like put like the little camera of my phone into the lens of the telescope so I could catch it, and I did. And I was just like, I can't freaking believe I am like actually looking at a planet. I'm just like I think I died that day, and I was like of happiness. It was so much fun.
I've got a DSLR camera, and it needs something called a T-ring that I've never played with before. To actually attach the camera onto the telescope, and then I'll be able to snap pictures of space. But the next one for me, I'm going to map. Next time it's a clear night, I'm going to map Saturn, I think.
Oh my God.
It's a waste of time for me to try and map Venus again because it's just that piercing bright. You can't see much. So
yeah, it was just like this bright thing. I'm gonna look for the pictures and I'm gonna show you. I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I kept telling the kids, I'm like, I think I got it. I think I got something. And then I started looking up the planets, and I'm like, oh my God, I think that's Venus. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was like amazed when I got the moon, but like get a planet, like, and just see it. I was like, I couldn't even believe it. It was incredible.
I wish I could have took the photographs of Jupiter, but there's always next time. But I am gonna. I mean, the size of the lens that attaches to that camera, it's massive.
Yeah.
It's absolutely massive. So I'm gonna have a go at getting the nebulas.
Oh
Whether
my
I will
God.
or not remains to be seen. But I'm definitely going after that galaxy. I've got close-ups of the moon with that as well. The beautiful photographs. Absolutely stunning photographs.
I downloaded. Oh my God! I downloaded those two apps, and then I downloaded a compass so I could know which way I had to look. And I was just like, the whole. If you were to see me, I was walking from one end of the apartment to the other like this the whole time, like looked like a crazy person. But I was like having so much fun. And then when a meteor happened, I'm standing in the kitchen and like all by myself, and I'm just like a freaking moron. But I was so happy. I was like so happy.
If you get anywhere a little bit darker than where you are now, if you map the constellation of Cassiopeia, it's like a wonky W. Well, the part of the W that's most pronounced, if you use that as an arrow, it points down to the constellation of Andromeda, which is basically just going like a horn, like an elephant tusk, like that.
Uh-huh.
Where that's pointing before you get to Andromeda, right near it, is a galaxy. But you can see it with the naked eye.
Get out of here. I need
You
to
can
go
see it with the
somewhere
naked eye.
dark. I need to get away from the city. I'm too close to the city.
I've got photographs from last year's Perseid meteor shower. There's next good one is the Geminids in December. They produced fireballs. I actually saw one that big last year. I thought it was actually going to hit us before it broke into three and then just kind of exploded. It was absolutely phenomenal sight to see. I've never seen anything like. But they're on just before Christmas, a few days before Christmas.
Oh my God. Anytime I hear there's gonna be a meteor shower or like an eclipse or anything like that, I'm just like the geek in me is like, oh my God.
Well, we had the eclipse about 97% coverage a few months ago. Did you see the pictures I put on Facebook?
No.
You want to go on my photos and have a look at my eclipse pictures. I didn't go
Oh,
to bed that night or the morning because I was getting them. There was me and Faith were stood outside with my camera with the telephoto lens on, getting all the pictures.
Oh my God, get out of here. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna get to your page.
They're absolutely pristine. They're fantastic pictures. I was gobsmacked at how well it turned out.
Wow. The only eclipse I seen that I remember, I was like really small. I don't think I was more than 10 years old. And I just remember it getting dark. Like one moment it's light out and then next thing you know it's kind of like darkish and I'm just like and I'm like freaking out because I'm a kid and I don't know what the heck. I know everybody's like this trying to see and I'm just like why is it so dark?
We had to put 2 pairs of sunglasses on Faith so that she could see it. Because we don't want to blind her. But she loved it and it was gorgeous. But I remember the comet going over when I was a kid. I can just never remember if it was Hale-Bopp or Halley's Comet. But I remember coming out of the house when I was about 4, and it's such a vivid memory for being that young. But my dad took me around the corner, and pointed up and said, "Look, there's a comet," and it was Halley's Comet. It was that I saw. But honest to God, you could see the coma, the tail, everything. It was one of the most. In fact, it has got to be the most incredible thing I've ever seen, and it was visible for a few nights in a row. And luckily, we got clear skies. Now, normally here, whenever there's something going on like that, it's cloudy.
Yeah.
But it was. I can still picture it. I can picture it even now. I'm talking to you. I can see it.
Oh my God. I was so sad because the meteor shower during August, it was like supposed to be running for like 3 days, but the 17th was gonna be the day that they were gonna just like peak.
Yeah.
And I was like the whole time, like the first 2 days were cloudy, and I'm just like, oh, I was so bummed. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to see them. Oh my god, oh my god. Then like I had given up, and then I don't know why. I think it was midnight when I decided to like just, hey, let me try and see if I could see anything. And it was about, I think it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, it was on the last like two hours,
Mm.
and I just walked to the kitchen and I said, you know what, I'm not gonna see anything on this side. Let me go, and I'm just like standing there, just looking and praying so hard. Please, please, just one. All I want to see is one, just one. And I ended up seeing a few, and I was just like, I couldn't help but cry. I was just like, because here I am like praying so hard to see one, and I got more than one, and I'm just like, and they were so clear. It just, oh my god, I couldn't even handle it.
And it's, watch out. I think it's the. Do you know what? I don't even need to think. Let me find out when it is for you. I know it's December, end of December. But to me, they're better than the Pursuit. A lot of disagree, but let's have a look. Let me see. Sorry, I've got two mixed up here. These ones are actually the 13th to the 14th of December. And they're known that the meteor intensity, the luminosity and everything is off the charts. And that's one that produced a fireball that I was convinced was going to slam into us. Phenomenal. So try and get out if you can.
Oh
But
my god.
I've just tagged you in my eclipse photos.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a sprained neck because I'm just like, this will be me the whole time. I am obsessed with anything like sky. I'm like, I'm always taking pictures of the moon. Like I am obsessed with the sky, and like if I could go to space and have like an assurance that I'm gonna come back home, I would so go.
Yeah, I'd be coming with you.
Oh my god, I think that would be like, I think nothing would be able to top that. Like if I could just see space, I would die happy. Like I would be a happy person. I wouldn't complain about anything else in the world ever.
I completely agree and understand that one.
Oh
But
man, so I think I'm gonna let you go.
I was just going to say it's 4 o'clock. I think I better get my ass off of the computer.
Yeah, it's already 11 over here, and I have put it from 8 to 11, so might as well just keep the schedule I said we were gonna have. I had a blast talking to you, and I loved your book. I am so glad I got to read it, and now I seriously need to dive into my phone and like read the rest of them because I want to know what happens.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it because I've been on pins waiting to find out. But I am really glad you enjoyed it.
I
It's
did.
nice to hear it. You know.
But then again, I said it. I kind of like, I put it out there. I said, even if there's like a few things that we're gonna be 95, I was 95% sure that I was gonna love your book. That's how certain I was, and I wasn't wrong. I should have gone for 99.9.
Well, I can relax now and stop panicking.
Yeah. So now I'm just gonna read the next one and the next one and be happy.
let me know. Let me know what you think. It'd be nice to
I
hear.
definitely will. Thank you so much for joining us. Well,
Thank you
me.
for having me. I'll
And
try.
it was a pleasure as always. Thank you and have a good night. Good morning.
Yeah, you too. I'll speak to you soon.
I'll see you on Facebook.
Bye.
Bye.